Joker, game 1 of this top 8. It's going to be an interesting matchup right here. There's a lot of range, a lot of good buttons, but a lot of damage. Interestingly, the 2 characters in the game that can cancel their Fatal Blow. Now, this will be unique because they are the only characters in the game that can do that. And it opens up so much of their offense when they get low that they're very comeback heavy, right? They're very built for it, whereas Johnny Cage is more of that kind of like space control, kind of really good buttons, as well as that comeback. It really is Ace of Knaves. It's more of just a mix-up, rushed out, or it's set play character. And that really fits SonicFox like a glove. Now the corner, this is where Fox wants you. Joker's buttons, the 2-1 is fantastic. Ace of Knaves getting those launchers and the setup tools. Absolute nightmare situation if he backs to the corner. Speaking of which, grab, gonna get a knockdown into decent positioning. And that 2-1, just the magic string. And you're gonna see that a lot from Fox here. Okay, getting clipped on the way up. Good wake-up attack gives SonicFox the advantage, the safety. Hang on a minute. Oh, and we're just talking about that cancel. Kombat comes off it straight away for a big confirm. Chunky damage. Goes in for the meaty down 1 rising star. Fox is going to get hit by the cancel again. Round 1, we saw 2 Fatal Blow cancels. I say get used to seeing that a lot throughout the course of the series.
Round 2.
Shouts to SonicFox in the background.
Yo, SonicFox.
What a game. And now, looking for a single button, but Kombat not going to press yet. Is going to stick out that low all the same. The low is going to connect once more. Those graphics got smaller. Ah, there we go. We're back. We're back. Ooh, Johnny Cage with the magnet arms.
I like the way Kombat is playing this. He's completely slowed things down. I feel like the worst thing you can do is just get really impatient and just give yourself to someone like SonicFox. Oh, and the second Kombat decides to be the one to start how things are going, immediate whiff punish into crushing blow. That's exactly why Kombat has been more defensive in this round, and it's really paying off.
And immediately, another Rising Star's going to do the job. 1 round each at this point, and Kombat, what really started that sequence was a wake-up neutral jump. The hard reads, you just got to have those guttural decisions. Whiff, oh no!
Speaking
this
of
is
which,
Ace of Knaves.
there's
Yeah,
a
full
big
combo
opportunity. Oh, the backup as well, maybe trying to scout out the roll.
Oh, the delay, the held. Clipped by the low again.
Oh,
Kombat.
counter hit too. Yeah, SonicFox was trying to press something off the ground, but Kombat said absolutely not.
And he knows Fox is going to respect the frames. Runs in and enforces a grab almost immediately. Get out of there, interactable. Sticking out the low again, loads of patience. Ooh, Fox.
Oh, he tried to whiff punish, but not close enough. That's a big hit though. No bar to get more damage, but keeps the life lead nonetheless.
The raw jump in. Almost catching entirely, but the down 4 does recover just in time. Here comes the mid. This mid string. There is that overhead that you know Fox. They're not shy of pulling the trigger. The tech. The dirty tech. Remember, forward throw. If the fatal blow's on cooldown.
Speaking of which, that's going to be the round.
Close your eyes. Oh. This is a family show for crying out loud. Now immediately. What we saw there was just, I assume here, admin's probably just mentioning to lower the health bars.
I imagine they're just going to go quickly and lower the health bars, of course. Thank you very much for being patient with us. But a good game 1 for SonicFox. That Joker, that Ace of Knaves Joker, really showing why it can be so dangerous in the hands of a good player, right? It ticks so much of the boxes. There are a lot of similarities to be made between Joker and Johnny Cage in terms of like overall range and just kind of neutral options. But then Ace of Knaves really kind of throws on. Originally, most of us just assumed it would be a very kind of mix-up heavy, like primarily set play. Whereas I feel like, even though that's still there for Ace of Knaves, it's not really the main point of the variation. It's about kind of just keeping your turn as opposed to constant mix-ups.
You also get a perfect example over why the Joker has arguably the scariest Fatal Blow game in the game, because the tech, Kombat made the amazing read to tech the throw, and then the next grab still crushing blow because it takes a while for Fatal Blow to actually come back, and those cooldowns are going to benefit. Flawless block. Kombat bringing out the clutch execution, and now
that's actually another interesting dynamic we see here, though, because you have SonicFox who, when you watch SonicFox play, they flawless block barely ever at all, like if ever. It's so rare. And then you have someone like Kombat that is very much a flawless block master. So that's really going to be interesting to see how that makes a difference here, because that was huge. That entire sequence started off flawless blocking a wake-up attack.
And it forces Fox onto the back foot. When Kombat's able to kind of get the keys in the ignition, Johnny Cage is a momentum character, and that's a trade. Very expensive down 2 to obtain. No full combo. The amplified
Kombat got
version
some damage, but lost all that defensive bar. That's definitely not what you want to see, especially when you're back to the wall like this. SonicFox kind of keeping that pressure about sweep distance, doesn't want to get too close and let Kombat get out for free.
always keep an eye on that amplified Jack in the box. It tests your matchup knowledge massively. In that situation, Kombat tried to trade. Flawless block up two. No jump in for you, mate. But now the low again, blocked. You can scout the low into overhead. It's very tight, though. Very tight. Speaking of overhead, Bird Boy beatdown's going to connect. Remember, 3 of those on Amplify. The next one, meatlessly, crushing blows.
We've seen SonicFox use that crushing blow perfectly all of the day, so you know absolutely that they are keeping count of how many they've got.
Now projectile game. Kombat's got to be pretty careful with this. The range of the forward 2-1 makes those projectiles kind of scary. No counter hit though, so there's not going to be a crushing blow there.
Ooh. Now, I like that choice. Even though Kombat is losing, every time SonicFox has gone for the box in the neutral, Kombat has just responded with forceful straight. Wait, no! That must have been a mistake. Going to hold that. That was either an execution error or like a next level read that maybe Fox is going to move in.
I'm inclined to think execution error purely because of how much health that Fox had left.
Yeah, for
Even
sure.
the fatal blow connecting there would have been arguably a little bit of a waste. Commits into the nut punch. Not going to hit its mark, unfortunately. Fox too patient, and the mid again, Amplify. We're building towards that crushing blow. Really turns Joker into a win condition character.
This is what we were saying before about it's not really kind of set play mix-up. It's more about just keeping a box under your opponent so it's always your turn. It's about just constantly making them read like, oh, is he going to press? Is he going to block? Do I get to move? Do I have to press a button? Like, it's so hard to deal with in the heat of the moment. Big jump kick. Simple confirmed. Going to take a nice chunk of damage there as Kombat.
The amplified backboard boy really does just reset things. Creates that automatic disengage back to neutral. But Fox, they have the life lead. This is where they want to be. Escape Verb. They tried to tech the grab, but remember, grabs, they are in turn 50-50s for Tekken. Now the forceful game. Kombat, bit by bit,
Fox
bringing himself back into
for that
it.
advancing high so much.
But
the long arm of the Joker.
Fox has fatal blow. That's what they want. No cancel, though. We can definitely see the end of a game. If a clean opening comes here, the fatal blow is going to be the skeleton key for the damage. The cancel. 1, 2, 3. It's safe on block. And from this point, both players, fatal blows to be ready. Fox, the backboard forward, just wastes enough time to allow another one. Oh, no. Feels so good.
Just about enough damage there, you could say, just about.
Fox played the end of that game perfectly, using 2 of the back forward 4s on Amp to just waste time. We had about 4 seconds, roughly, for the fatal blow to come back. The 2 offensive bars used just to guarantee the time is there, and then when the fatal blow comes back,
that's
use
one of
it
the
to win.
scariest things about the Joker, right? That kind of like jumping jack. That's a universal move. That's really plus on block if you amplify it. Your opponent kind of has to deal with it. And with the tools of Ace of Knaves at the same time, right? The jack in the box underneath and the long buttons. It's scary.
Absolutely. Kombat, I mean, he's been playing fantastically this series too. It's just Fox, the fatal blow game is just so strong. And it's really kind of that trump card 2 times in a row. Challenge the amplified jack in the box and you pay the price. No punish. I mean, that could have been much more than it was.
Oh, okay.
No overhead.
Fox is really fishing for that. Bird Boy beatdown. Really wants to get the crushing blow ready.
Fatal blows at play. Oh no! Asking you shall receive.
Okay, so this does like 1 billion damage. I wonder if this is actually going to kill.
It is one of the highest damage fatal blows in the game. Oh. My word, have a look at the damage.
Oh my goodness.
That's a lot of damage for a 2-hit confirm, Mustard.
Bro, 2 hits into fatal blow, 43%.
Let's go.
The Joker's not very fair, is he? He's
a
mean guy.
The Joker doesn't play fair. Here we go. Potentially match point here for Fox.
That's huge.
Cane
that is
to the
huge.
chin. That cost him his jaw right there. Here we go, more amplify. Every single time that connects, Kombat's going to sweat more and more because the damage of the crushing blow.
That's
Speaking
another
of which,
one. I think that's it. The crushing blow must be there by now.
And one more clean opening. Kombat's basically dead.
Oh no! Okay, was one off. Even SonicFox thought it was going to be there, but Kombat throwing a lifeline. Okay, I can actually maybe make a comeback. Get some dash cancel.
Remember, this is outtake. There's no camera. There's no shades crushing blow to work projectiles. That jump kick hurts big time. And just right there, Kombat a little bit lost. Don't do it. Surely not. There we go, yeah. But I say there is a 0% chance.
Were you expecting like the jack box into Mercy?
Oh,
yeah, can we talk about this fatality for a second?
I mean, it's sick.
I love it. My favorite part is like right before the sign comes on, Joker's kind of like, oh, and then just goes like that. See it? I had to give you guys the narration because we can't hear it in the venue, but you know what I mean.
Custom sound effect on KNM.
Now, you know what that means? That means that SonicFox is in winners finals. Guaranteed.
Can we
third
say we're
place.
surprised?
No, not at all. However, Fox did say, coming into this tournament, Fox did say, I am going to be playing Joker, and I want to win a championship with the Joker in 2 separate games. And now guaranteed 3rd place, minimum. That's the worst Fox can place now, because if they lose in winners finals, they're going to losers finals. If they lose in losers finals, they're 3rd place, bet like next time. But what a perfect way to kind of set up what is the last tournament of this pro competition season is SonicFox has played so many characters throughout the year, and Joker really has just fit them so well as a character. And to see them gel with Joker and be able to succeed against like the best level competition, it makes me really happy to see.
It's all about the grind. It's what has made Fox so famous, not only in Mortal Kombat, but all of fighting games. It's just their mind. The ability to truly explore every inch of a game and use character picks that maybe other people might have maybe written off a little bit, or maybe they just don't believe in so hard.
Fox has always had this unique way of looking at NetherRealm games, right? Like it's kind of like an in-joke within the community of like a SonicFox tier list, because it's always peculiar compared to what
weird.
the
There's a generous word for that.
You could say compared to what the general community is thinking at the time. But the thing is, whenever you look at a SonicFox tier list, it's less about the placements of the characters, and it's more about just listening to Fox explain their view on specific characters at the point, because that is like gold dust of information for anyone looking to kind of like understand the game at like a better level. Because then this is what that leads into, right? Fox comes in with very interesting character choices and weird variations that you haven't seen before, and Joker is like a new version of that, right? New character, new game, and that is what it is. But moving swiftly on, we have another one of quite possibly one of the highest level matches I think you can get in our community. We have Beast Coast's Dragon versus Console Gaming League's NinjaKilla. This is a match we have seen multiple times through the year, and it is something that never fails to disappoint. Dragon is the premier Cetrion player of the world, right? And that is impressive accolade, because there have been a fair few Cetrions through the year, but Dragon always seems to rise to the top and really establish himself as just that next level, right? Not to say there aren't other good Cetrion players, but the proof is in the results. And NinjaKilla is just that absolute perfect example of an online player's success story, right? For those of you living under a rock that haven't heard of NinjaKilla, he was just an online player back in the MKX days. Very young competitor, very young guy, here with his family. Shouts to the family of NinjaKilla, obviously, here in the crowd. Supported him, as always, throughout the year. But he started as just an online player, just played online and beat everyone's ass online, and everyone was like, damn, this guy's really good. But, there was always that air of, kind of pessimism from some people, like, is he really that good, or is it just online? Now, here we are, about a year and a half later, and he's one of the highest seeds going into the World Finals.
Dragon is the brick wall of defense, and NinjaKilla just oozes natural skill. There is just so many amazing small details that go behind his decision-making, his reactions, optimized knowledge, the smallest little thing that happens in a matchup with like a Liu Kang. Liu Kang is his favorite character. We know that NinjaKilla can play multiple characters, but Liu Kang really is his bread and butter. It's the character that put him on the map in Mortal Kombat X, the best execution we had ever seen, blowing everyone away.
Liu Kang was hard to play in that game. To do the optimized combos and hit confirms, that was hard. And NinjaKilla just made it look like it was not.
Very few players can make the hardest execution in the game look that
But
easy.
that is what we're going to see. Liu Kang versus Cetrion. Now, NinjaKilla has actually been playing Variation 3 Liu Kang today as well. Now, that's the one thing that makes me the most interested about watching NinjaKilla is, again, that willingness to thoroughly master a character. And if that means playing all the variations, so be it.
I mean, if you're going to have a favorite character, it makes sense to at least try them out. I had a chat with NinjaKilla yesterday, said, why do you pick Variation 3? What are the circumstances?
Raven's
And he said, when the low Bible
one.
doesn't serve a purpose,
Why have you
V3 is
betrayed
him.
He betrayed the balance of all things.
Okay, here we go. It's Beast Coast Dragon, CGL NinjaKilla. Expect mayhem right here, but so far, the projectile game, which is what we expect from this range. Cetrion, she is going to be that character that wants to keep you at arm's reach. She can play amazing footsies, and we know Dragon can. But NinjaKilla's going to look to get in and establish. A counter hit on the forward 4, but we're not going to spend the crushing blow just yet.
Definitely worth saving that crushing blow on the forward 4 for a rainy day. Spend the bar on that bicycle kick. Just make sure that you get that extra crushing blow requirement ticked off. Liu Kang, very much a character built around those crushing blows. If you fight a Liu Kang in round 3 and he hasn't used any yet, you are in serious trouble.
I always use this term kind of like a win condition character, and Liu Kang's definitely one of them. If you aim for the crushing blows in round 3, then you just have this ultimate advantage, which is kind of hard to beat. The raw jump in, those airborne projectiles do make your jump ins a little bit harder to anti-air because it can stop your jump at any point. But now here comes NinjaKilla, the staggers, bicycle kick, and we're going to spend Amplify to tick towards that crushing blow. Similar to Joker, 3 amplified bicycle kicks, the next one crushing blows for damage.
So I always forget that front throw has that like little extra bit of damage when you hit the floor. I'm like, oh, he survived it. Oh, never mind.
Fight.
But good first round for NinjaKilla. You have to remember, since the last time we saw them play, wow, that knowledge.
Get that rock out of my face. Cancels almost immediately, just to create the forward 4 game and expand it further, but that's going to be a full confirm for Dragon. That's a knockdown. Natural barrier, deceivingly active as a move. One of the best specials in the game, absolutely, but push back. Dragon just wants to keep NinjaKilla as far away as possible. The rush down of NinjaKilla is so scary, you just don't want to mess with it. Flying kick,
that's really good knowledge from NinjaKilla. If you do hit that air fireball, you can go for a flying kick and still block in time. Almost like bait your whip punish, because it looks like you're unsafe, but you actually are completely fine.
Escape failed on the throw. Music to Liu Kang's ears, but that's a grounded confirm. Keep things unbreakable. Speaking of unbreakable, nice chunk of damage into the restand situation. Barrier blows up the startup. Fatal blows in play for NinjaKilla. That is all he needs.
I really commend the patience from NinjaKilla right here. He's normally known for amazing anti-airs, but it's just not extending. Gets hit by a jump kick from Dragon at this health, he might die. Just being really careful. Like I said, he has that fatal blow. He still has that crushing blow. Throw as well. Oh, speaking of which, just enough.
All about going in for
Now,
those
we know
grabs.
the scariest thing about that game, right, is it's so useful when characters hold on to a crushing blow and can kind of like build their offense around it. That was the only crushing blow we saw from NinjaKilla in that whole game. We didn't see the bicycle kick, we didn't see the uppercut, we didn't see the forward 4. The only one we saw was a throw.
I mean, we
but
saw
the
a
fact
counter
that it was
hit.
held onto for so long is enough. You have this character that just wants to get in your face and just give you a hard time. It's so strong. Even with that one crushing blow, NinjaKilla, absolute surgical with using it in practical gameplay.
Just waits for the magic moment, and it takes a lot of discipline to be able to do that. We're going into game number 2 now, and there's the reversal punish. You've got to watch out for some of those projectiles at range, because the flying kick will punish it. Okay, and again, teleport just to get out of the corner. Nice little chunk of damage just to finish, and the knockdown, giving Dragon positional advantage again. Swat Sentry on, she plays for the range. Punish!
No bar
visa.
either.
Yeah.
Now that's actually also NinjaKilla's awareness of resources. You notice he doesn't really do many kind of like neutral flying kicks just like out of nowhere. A lot of these like done on reaction to the boulder startup and stuff like that. But if he sees you haven't got resources for big damage, he will take risks. Because what are you going to do? Like 12%? Why should he care?
All right, neutral crouch. Clean finish there for Dragon. No need to go for anything complicated there with the life that was left. And it's going to be, I really foresee in this matchup, this is going to be the match. You know, it's going to be NinjaKilla trying to close in the space. Dragon playing footsies when necessary, but ultimately, if I have range over you, I don't want NinjaKilla anywhere near me.
Historically, NinjaKilla has had the best
Flawless
over...
block.
Wow, that was incredible. Has had the best over Dragon in a number of the sets this year, so you know Dragon. Now, this is the biggest stage. Dragon is going to want to be able to really finally seal the deal in this environment. You know that's what he wants.
No better place to do it. Sledgehammer. Oh, he tries the reversal punish. Little bit of a mishap there from NinjaKilla, misjudging the frames perhaps. But it's going to be a full punish. Wake up buttons all the same. Liu Kang, and there's just something about this character where players can be on the money. Conversion as well, trying to jump out. And we go for that restand situation. Fatal blows in play for NinjaKilla again. If he can land a clean confirm.
Dragon is like on the cusp. He's like less than 1% away from his own fatal blow. Oh, now he's there.
That's going to put him there.
Elder God.
See if he has the opening here. Oh no! The raw forward 4 just to catch you ducking. But when Liu Kang's in that position, it's so scary. His grabs are some of the most effective in the game thanks to crushing blow. His mids are so confirmable.
You know what we said about going into round 3 if you haven't used any crushing blows as Liu Kang? Uh-oh. That is exactly where we are. It is party time for NinjaKilla right now. Dragon has to be impeccable on defense.
Well, in the recent patch, let's not forget Cetrion, her far teleport costs 2 bars of defense. Now down 2. Say goodbye to your teeth. And
that's huge. To get that defensive bar out of NinjaKilla means that Dragon can now be more aggressive and not worry about it. Just take the damage where he can.
Scary position. from this range. I'd be really careful. Low fireball, good chunk of damage. Natural barrier.
Only just punish, but
only just.
Yeah, a little bit too short range. Oh!
Oh no, the down 2 again. Other plans for that. Dragon's not going to go for the breakaway. Tries to save the bar. Potentially a last lifeline, but that one hurts. That one hurts so good. NinjaKilla now 2-0 up on Beast Coast Dragon, and it's a calm game. It's a disciplined game.
And that's why I like watching these two gentlemen players, because you're guaranteed this kind of quality, right? You're not seeing just two guys just, you know, banging rocks together and hoping for the best, right? You have two of the smartest players in the community, and you're guaranteed good games. It's like I said before, though, that the issue is they are both so good at the game, but NinjaKilla definitely does tend to come off better when they play. So that's kind of more of what we're seeing right now, right? There have been two very good games, but ultimately NinjaKilla is taking it again. And you know Dragon doesn't want that to be the case.
However,
but he
Dragon
has to turn it around right now or it's too late.
He's in a tricky position. He has no choice but to get 3 games back-to-back on someone who's just 2-0'd you very comfortably. It's quite a tall order. We'll see if Dragon's able to use the knockdown to guarantee a teleport out. And that is what I was getting at earlier on before I was interrupted by the crushing blow. Was just
Cetrion had the game.
She had to spend 2 bars of defensive bar to escape the corner now, which means that Cetrion players, they kind of have to look for some more quirky and innovative ways to escape a corner without spending all your meter.
It just don't work the same anymore. Oh, that was a really important breakaway from Dragon.
Oh, tagged by the low. A way of interrupting the gap, baiting you into trying to flawless block or press a button. And this is just a mauling from NinjaKilla now. Match point on Dragon. And we're 1 round away from the dream matchup.
Cleanest offense in the biz, and this is why it's
Flawless
really difficult. The Dragon doesn't have 2 bars of defense, so can't physically teleport out even if he wanted to. And NinjaKilla, he's slowly moving in with a sledgehammer.
But I feel like in this matchup, it's a game of damage. Dragon has the range advantage, but no, that flying kick was 1000% a reaction. And now NinjaKilla.
Oh no, oh
down.
no.
Oh, the confirm. Clean damage. And a knockdown. Escape failed. This is terrible news.
Yo, NinjaKilla's doing Liu Kang combos that have existed before he was born.
Insane. Imagine that. These whippersnappers that are just so godlike. But this is scary now for Dragon. Doesn't want to get grabbed. Doesn't want to get hit. Oh no! Oh, barely alive. This is the last lifeline for Dragon. Has to pull out a miracle now. There's no time left. Oh,
I mean, he's got a fatal blow. I don't want to say it's impossible. Big teleport. Dragon finds the perfect moment. Spends the fatal blow, absolutely worth it, and steals the round right from underneath NinjaKilla.
That was a needle in a haystack teleport. The perfect time. Frames later, that would have been blocked. Perfectly played from Dragon. Fatal blow is going to be gone, though, and that is quite the thing to lose going into a final
Let's
round.
lose the fatal blow, then the set,
Again,
though.
Twice! Here we go! Grabs. Tries to tech, but remember, grabs. Not so easy to deal with if you're trying to press a button to tech. And there's the push back. Dragon riding momentum, tries to confirm.
That is exactly what we're seeing right now. This is momentum from Dragon. He's had some big brain reads, and it has led into this just absolute sequence.
You have to watch out with the natural barrier, putting yourself minus. That's a confirm, but again, no counter hit, so there's no launch. Have to amp. Oh, the patience! NinjaKilla's ready for the teleport. Oh my, a grab again. Good situation for NinjaKilla here. He's got so much bar, he has everything ready to go. And we're going to get even more worried now. Fatal blows in play. 1 single confirm. That's why he's sticking it out. Oh, the launch!
Yo, the high, the knowledge. Dragon still willing to do that?
Full screen game. The wake-up roll just to get through. This is the last chance NinjaKilla really has. If he gets 1 clean confirm, this will be a 3-0. He tries! He tries, but remember, Fatal Blow armor does not work the same way it used to.
I do feel like that would have worked pre-patch as well. That was just so good from Dragon to know that he didn't have to worry about just the reactionary Fatal Blow there.
Before the patch, armor existed on frame 5, and now, I mean, it's small. It takes longer for the armor to become active.
Doesn't sound like much, but in those exact situations, it makes a big difference.
Count the frames, baby. It matters a great deal at this level of play. But so far, NinjaKilla off to a pretty good start for damage. Dragon, oh no, not again.
Perfect timing because Dragon just used bar to teleport in place. He went for another one of those kind of like fake outs. And this is the adaptation, right? This is when 2 players of extremely high level begin to adapt to each other. Dragon made 2 massive plays off of just teleports at the perfect time.
Wow. You want to down 2 me? I'll do the same thing back.
Dragon going in for big damage here. But we saw before, Dragon got 2 massive plays off the back of just 2 neutral teleports at perfect timing. Dragon in this game started things off by teleporting in place. You know he's trying to bait NinjaKilla into expecting, like the exact same kind of thing right there, right? He's trying to bait NinjaKilla into pressing buttons, because you can punish the teleport if you appear behind him. If you stay in place, you just make him whiff buttons. But NinjaKilla's not biting.
Button for button here. Have to be so careful. Both players. The grab. Oh no!
Just enough. And NinjaKilla finds himself on another match point.
He's having a fight for it.
Round 2.
By no means is this easy, but Dragon back to the wall, waits for the jump in, just sniffs out the over-aggression. But no, the teleport.
Yeah, that's a counter hit. It wasn't even a punish.
Pressing buttons here.
Dragon was getting a bit greedy, trying to press after the teleport. But I mean, NinjaKilla hasn't been pressing every time, so I definitely understand why you think it worked.
Now, the natural barrier doesn't have as much of it.
Right there,
Yeah,
right there.
But NinjaKilla doesn't overcommit to the full string. Like, he has these quick reactions. If it's not as
no.
punishable, no, bicycle kick. That's bad news. Dragon has no choice but to make another pretty difficult comeback in this situation. It's always possible, but it's going to be tough.
Dragon really trying to make the most of these long-range buttons. It's one thing Cetrion does have over Liu Kang, and just the absolute stand-up neutral. Just standing one goes a lot further than his.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that was dangerous.
Absolutely. That could have been an interruption and a half. Right, take some plus frames. Here comes the low, the punish. Very punishable. Dragon.
What a punish.
Knowledge. Remember, you can duck the amplify on the low shot. Walking into these boulders right here.
Most likely trying to flawless block them. Get rid of that chip, take away some of that advantage. But
Wait a second, Dragon. Dragon is fighting back, Mustard, and then some. One more round, and we're going to tie this
on
thing
match
up.
point time after time, and Dragon just refuses to die. He wants that winners finals. He can taste it. 1 round away from tying things up. That's it. That's all it takes.
There's one hell of an opponent in his way now in NinjaKilla, though, who is going for those short ups. He's really looking for like the Hell's Wrath and those arcing projectiles to just whiff nicely. But the interruption, unbreakable. Yes, indeed. Decent chunk of damage into position there for Dragon. Jumps into a fireball, but that's all right with the health he's got so far. And NinjaKilla, he doesn't overextend. At this level of play players, they rarely stick out full strings if they know wake-up roll's a thing. It's just not worth it. Stick out the individual button and confirm it if it comes out. If not, stay safe. But now Dragon again. Damage here and there, but he will consistently be out-damaged by Liu Kang outside of crushing blows. Goes for the play once more. Has to hold his turn. Scary situation. Back to the wall and no bar for a bar teleport.
Look at the patience from Dragon. He is not pressing anything.
Individual buttons, floors block, NinjaKilla, the grab, good stuff. And sending far away, which is what we want. Dragon using it as a chance to find out the corner. Fatal blow, it's locked and loaded. Oh no, watch out! This is scary now, NinjaKilla. One clean opening, and this is game over. And
that's not going to kill, but it's going to be chip territory. That last breath might save him. One more opportunity, and there's the bar spent double. Dragon brings it back 2-2.
This is ridiculous. Come on now, Dragon. One more game, and you know there's going to be a lot of energy.
I am so happy that he brought it back. Because this is a match that most of us are expecting to see at like every tournament, and it's usually here, right? Winners side top 8, Dragon, NinjaKilla, like, yeah, of course it's here. But no one wanted to see this be a 3-0. But not only is it not a 3-0, we might have a reverse 3-0.
Only at the World's Finals, Final Combat 2020. Come on. First hit and first blood's going to go to Dragon. NinjaKilla. They've kept character and variation all series long, and that, I think it really shows the confidence. This is less about the matchup and more just about player versus player right here. He's going to get a knockdown. What's the pressure? Getting hit individually. That's an easy confirm, though. A bit more momentum heavy than we've seen in previous games. NinjaKilla much better for him now. Dragon looking for a whip punish. Oh, no!
That was a huge surprise. Another bar spent. That's now 2. NinjaKilla. Oh, the flawless block! You hate to see it, but no damage to kill, and Dragon finds the moment.
There's surely no chance he makes this comeback.
Maybe.
Surely there's no chance.
Don't say never. He's got a fatal blow. I wouldn't write it off.
And with the button, Cetrion. Oh, the mobility. This is Cetrion. She's so seen as a zoner, but she has so much more than that. Her footsies are impeccable.
She is a hybrid through and through. When played optimally like this, absolute hybrid.
But NinjaKilla,
some long-range buttons, a good keep away, but you can't win with only one or the other.
He finds himself on match point for another time, but so consistently, Dragon has been bringing the set back, kicking and screaming. And now, they just consistently trade, wait for each other's turn.
The NinjaKilla, he can't lose. Liu Kang's on the Shaolin Monks machine. Look, he's got that support. See the crushing blow.
Oh, I think he heard you. Full combo now. NinjaKilla doesn't quite get the bicycle kick. This might be a costly drop, you know.
Maybe. You hate to see it, but it might just happen.
No damage again. Consistently.
Oh.
Disrespect! The disrespect gives a counter hit. And Dragon, he just wants out. Good damage there from NinjaKilla back to back. Oh no, this could be
But
disaster.
that fatal blow, you can never count out a full screen set you're on with that fatal blow. Least of all Dragon. He's fishing for it. Oh, that could have been a whip punish.
Confirmed!
Speaking of which, NinjaKilla fights the fatal blow. And Dragon goes down to the loser's bracket. It is going to be NinjaKilla versus SonicFox in our winners finals at this final combat.
Can you really say you expected anything less? Like, that was a insanely competitive match. Dragon really gave it his all, but it's just ultimately the second Liu Kang, there's just this damage factor that is rarely matched in this game. NinjaKilla knows how to really fish for it. The second the fatal blow becomes a possibility, all of his main buttons just become death on hit. And NinjaKilla just had that one moment.
Yeah, it's so difficult. It really is, especially in the hands of someone like NinjaKilla that you know has like so, like you said it, right? Natural skill, natural talent, which is also something that Dragon has. But the character choice that NinjaKilla has, right, in this Liu Kang is, you know, a very strong character. There are many good Liu Kang players around, but NinjaKilla's like personal blend of like absolute thorough knowledge of the game, knowledge of Liu Kang as a character, and ability to put those big risky plays, hard to do things into actual like practice. And we saw stuff like that, right? You give a player like that crushing blows to load, fatal blows to hold on to, and you give him fly kick reads and crazy like air fireball possibilities, and you are gonna just see magic happen. And that's exactly what we saw there. Dragon, credit where it is due, was so close to bringing it back and taking that in that game 5. You know, that was 2-0. That was a good quick 2 games for NinjaKilla, and Dragon said no. That is not going to end there.
I mean, there's a significant difference in damage, and that does matter in this final moment. Just clipped. And you'll notice NinjaKilla, he wasn't sticking out the entire string. It was just 1-2 standalone.
Because Dragon was a hair's length.
Yeah,
I was
sure.
convinced that Dragon was going to get the whiff punish in that moment. As soon as NinjaKilla went for that like standing, you know, 2 punches, and that's perfect range for. And Dragons are doing that all year. Seeing that, go right, that's it, round over, whack, hit confirm, fatal blow gone, next round. But we didn't see it this time. NinjaKilla was able to take that. But that is winners finals guaranteed. NinjaKilla and SonicFox. Could it be any more perfect for people that have been following this game all year?
Now, losers bracket action.
Oh
Up
no!
next.
Do we have
this is elimination period, but remember it's top 8. Everyone in this top 8 can feel proud of how far they've come. This was not an easy tournament.
Which is why I don't want to see anyone go.
It's got to be done. It's got to be done. So our next matchup is going to be Deoxys versus Tweedy. Ultimately, the question mark is going to be the character that Tweedy plays, because we know Deoxys has a really good chance of just Jackie. You know, Upgraded, I know Upgraded is quite the talk of the town at the moment, and she is a very popular character for good reason. She's arguably the best. Her and Johnny Cage share that top spot.
So while we get into this match, let's quickly talk about that for a second. There is absolutely no denying Upgraded is probably the best character in the game. You know, there is a clear case to be made that she is at the very least top tier, right? This is a very strong variation of a very strong character.
Top 2 minimum, I think.
Very, very powerful, very popular, very common in tournaments. But when you see Upgraded at this level of play, it is really hard to play her at the level that you see people like Deoxys playing her, because she isn't very pick up and play. Like, yes, she has the super jumps. Yes, she has like really good mix-ups. But at the end of the day, like, you need to have the execution to do it. You need to be able to make it work, and that's not to downplay the character at all. Like, only there's like at this point there is like no denying that the character is strong, but I don't feel like we're at a point that the character is like carrying anyone. Because look at who's playing her: Rewind, Deoxys, Nivek. Like, that's just a couple of them. Are we really going to see those players and say, oh, carried? Like,
not
how
at
can
this
you do
level
that?
of play. At this level of play, if a character's good and you're a professional player, it is your responsibility to use the tools to win. I've got to say, I'm really jealous for the players that have those more combat headset covers.
Oh, you mean like the ones with the MK on them, like
Yeah.
Tweedy's got
I mean,
right
look
there.
at that, and the logo ones.
Yeah, that's
at the
sick.
bottom. I want to give a shout out to Astro for supporting this event and providing some audio equipment. I believe the players are using the A40 headset and a mix amp, so shout out to you guys.
I believe these ones at Combat Breaker, and I was lucky enough to get a couple of stream games at Combat Breaker. So
All right, don't flex too hard, mate.
Yeah, man. Like,
You only made it to finals day. Fine, whatever. Get over it.
yeah, I've got pro comp points. How
You
many do you have?
I don't want to talk about it. It's fine. I don't need to talk about it. We don't need to talk about it. But Tweedy, we have to look at the potential matchup that's coming up. It could be Gyrus versus Jackie. However, Gyrus, Not the character he used to be, although still undeniably very strong.
Yeah, I heard Infinite Warden was bad.
You hear lots of things. In this matchup, though, Jackie has always been one of the characters that has some hitbox-related answers to Geras' pressure.
She has
and
always
that's
been
even
a good pick.
That's
against
even
Geras.
harder. Now things like the forward 2 string has been adjusted, and now characters universally have some more flawless block answers, and you know, it's not as oppressive as it once was.
So let's quickly talk specifics, right? So Infinite Warden used to be all over the place. Now most Geras players have either changed characters or they've gone to other variations. But there are a couple of people like the Kombats, the Tweedies, that have really stuck with Infinite Warden. The changes made were across the board. Some combos aren't possible now due to a couple of changes on speed of the mid. But it's that main mid, right? That forward 2-1, that advancing punch. It was 3 hits. There was no gap. It was barely minus on block, which in layman's terms mean it was really good and it was safe as all hell. You
Yeah,
didn't
had
have
to
worry about
hold it.
Yes, you just had to deal with it, and that was it. There is now a gap between the second and third hit. The speed of it generally has been changed, which means that some of the optimized combos are no longer possible. It's not as good as just used in the offense, but it by no means is bad, right? You just have to completely change around how you use it. It's not as free as it once was.
So it looks like they have gone with the matchup. It does make sense. Tweedy has been grinding almost exclusively Geras for quite a while. One of the premier Geras players out riding it now. It's going to be Tweedy versus Deoxys. Let's get this one stuck in. Looks like we're in. Oh, I'm going to... Yeah, there we go. We're back. Good to go. Looks like actually Deoxys gets the first significant hit, but it's the patience. What Tweedy's been doing all day is just this fearless use of down 1 and throw.
Oh, that actually, I think, would have crushing blowed if it was a little bit closer. That's one thing Tweedy has always been really good at, is just fishing for those counter-hit crushing blows. The ones that still exist have for a while.
Empty jump down 1, and you know why it works, because I empty jump and you're going to try and press, eat this down 1 into a stolen turn. However, Deoxys has had a fantastic game so far. The flawless block consistently. That flawless block did not exist before the current patch.
No,
it was one of the main changes.
That's actually both times we've seen that string, both times Deoxys has flawless blocked. And I want to make sure I point out, Deoxys was one of, if not the best, Infinite Warden player back when, kind of Evo season about 6 months ago. So if anyone's going to know about how to abuse the changes of the character, it's got to be Deoxys.
That jump was almost a full jump in. The grab's going to be a good start, Tweedy, as long as the Fatal Blow's ready, but Deoxys, kind of risky there. I didn't want to go for a dash punch punish, tried to just be a little bit more free, but either way, it's going to be around for him all the same, and this is the oppressive nature of Upgraded. You can anti-air, you can interrupt. It's just the price you pay for messing up the execution is a full combo, and sometimes it just ain't worth the damage.
Tweedy gets a big opening here. A late breakaway, most of the damage was already done.
Body splash pressure, but interrupts the stagger. Deoxys snips it out. Good conversion to knockdown as well. Doesn't quite get the final hit, so there is damage left on the table.
Oh, you see that from Deoxys? The second Tweedy did a body splash at the most annoying range. Deoxys went for that advancing mid just to get out of the way. But
the conversion from Tweedy.
Look at the damage. This is going to hurt so good.
Crushing blow. Oh, got it. Oh my god, 50%. Come on now. Oh no!
We were talking about damage. I think we're about to see our own. Yeah.
And that's to keep things unbreakable. Keep the damage nice and high.
He's dead. He's mad dead.
Oh yeah, for sure. Even before it finishes, he's dead. You should rewind time or something. Nah, that never happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
This isn't rewind, it's Deoxys.
Oh, shut up. However, game 1 is done and dusted.
What a perfect way for that to go. A 50% Geras combo, and Deoxys is like, I know a 50% combo. Does it immediately.
Let's not forget, both of these players really made a name for themselves in Injustice 2. And I mention that because Upgraded, the leap pressure, so similar to Blue Beetle, which was Deoxys' premier character pick at the time.
Upgraded is a bit better than Blue Beetle was, but the mobility is there, right? Clearly doesn't mind playing these high-octane, quick characters.
That looked like a buffer to me. Just in case it connects, and here's the grab. Every time you grab, you put your life on the line. But Tweedy is just so fearless with it. When you whip a grab in this game, you are the most vulnerable you have ever been in any NRS title, but it doesn't stop Tweedy from just enforcing it and getting a full combo for a struggle. It was 2 grabs, and I think
he doesn't care. Tweedy just doesn't care about you. That's the way he plays, right? He enforces that mid, he enforces that throw. It doesn't matter who he plays with, no fear. I have never seen him ever crumble under the pressure of playing against a specific opponent. He just doesn't let it bother him.
Tweedy said it earlier today. He is in this tournament. Oh, that is an unfortunate breakaway.
And Tweedy had that clutch last game situation against NinjaKilla. It's just didn't quite win it. But Tweedy has had quite the day. And Deoxys, that super close game against Tekken Master. These are two players that have fought tooth and nail to be here.
And now they will fight tooth and nail even more so. Tweedy mentioned earlier today he's looking to take out the big names, and he's every bit confident he can, but the conversion, Deoxys picks up the jump. Hesitant to anti-air, the low. I mean, no damage and very unsafe, but it just makes you fear. Jump-ins are overheads, right? So the low, I mean, it's the mix. It is the eternal mix, and the mix continues.
Speaking of mix, Deoxys is letting those low ground pounds go. One of the only things in Jackie's toolset that is just straight up unsafe, to the point that you rarely see it, which is probably why we're seeing it work so much.
If it's unsafe and you use it sparingly, it's still a really vital tool to go for. The body splash, throw escape finally comes out from Deoxys, who looks for it. They are going to trade, so it's going to give Deoxys a turn. And there's the tech knowledge. She's so small, she can make some strings with and get a counter hit punish, which is exactly what just happened there, and why Geras players hate this matchup.
But that was counter hit too, because it's an active move. You're going to get those big boy damage combos.
Ooh, what's next? Goes in for that meaty jump. Doesn't want to overextend too much, Deoxys. And again, the gap, the flawless block, the side switch as well. This is a scary position if you're Tweedy. Wonderful throw tech.
Oh. Now this is Chip. Even at this point, Deoxys doesn't even need punishes. He just needs to keep him blocking. Keep blocking. You'll block yourself into an early grave and the dash punch to the chrome dome.
All right.
Here is that's 2 games to 0 now. Deoxys looking absolutely unstoppable. Not at all surprising to see him with this level of matchup knowledge, right? Deoxys, he was one of the best Infinite Warden players back before Upgraded came out. Of course he's going to know how to abuse this matchup.
Now, this might inspire a character change. I think Tweedy is looking for it. He's going through the roster. He plays a simple and effective Geras. And there's the Baraka.
Did you hear it?
It was Baraka.
Baraka.
His first ever pick. I just think of what happens, and he plays a very effectively but basic Geras game. The moment you have that knowledge to make the main strings that Tweedy uses with, it kind of shuts down that whole game plan. So I think he has felt forced to go for a character
Tweedy
change.
just has that primal Baraka, but it's Berserker.
What?
Okay.
Well,
question mark.
We might see some tech right here. Berserker Baraka, very rarely used, but dangerous all the same. And there it is. More of that. The damage is pretty insane for this variation, and he should be able to get some combos. Yes. One of the Baraka variations that if he counter hits forward 4-4 can actually get, especially on the end of it.
We don't see very much Berserker Baraka at all, but it is the variation that gets the Blade Lunge, it gets the Baraka Zerka, which is like the flurry, and it gets the leg kebab, which is the low stab. The leg kebab is safe, everything else is not, but there is a mind game between whether you can flawless block them or not. It's a very tricky variation by Baraka normal standards.
However, Deoxys knew that Tweedy was going to come in swinging, and that's it.
Oh no!
The 1-1 whiffs! You hate to see it. Too far away.
He made the right read. It was just a hair's length too far away, and the chip damage. At the very least, Deoxys gets himself in the corner, so Tweedy at least has that, but it's a shame how that all happened off the whiff of the 1-1.
That was highly unfortunate, but nice pickup. And a punch to the jaw. Here comes Baraka. One of the stronger down twos for the angle alone. Backing up now, has to be really careful. Opened up by the 2-hit, and the breakaway was forced. Having to break away upgraded Jackie can be a horrible situation. It just opens up our offense so much. Shuts it down with the forward 2. And there's the leg kebab. It begins. Oh, nearly a chase down. Whoop. What is even going on here? Never-ending pressure, but Tweedy able to find some breathing space. But what do you do? At any moment, she could pull the trigger on the blast, and you just became whiff punishable.
I mean, one thing that is absolutely going to happen is Upgraded is going to have so much more traditional just standing damage. Like, Baraka hits hard, but a lot of it is crushing low requirement universally. But,
Flawless block!
No!
The tech and the knowledge. This is something Deoxys is familiar with, and caught on the ground. A valiant effort from Tweedy by all accounts, but this time it's going to be Deoxys moving on. And although you can really see why the Baraka change came through, it was shutting down the Geras, a character change was necessary. Berserker Baraka is something that not everyone has loads of experience against, but that Baraka Zerka amp being flawless blocked at the last minute was, I think, all the information we needed. Deoxys was ready for this match.
It was definitely worth it. I definitely feel like Geras loses to Jackie overall. Upgraded definitely doesn't help matters. So I understand the change completely. It's a shame to see Tweedy get eliminated, but what a year Tweedy has had, right? Tweedy has gone from just so much in this. I remember there was a point in the season where, so because Tweedy did very well earlier in the season, I believe Tweedy thought he could kind of sit pretty and go, oh well, maybe I don't need to go to as many tournaments as I once thought. So he kind of sat back and didn't attend a couple of events. He was like, well, I don't really need to. I've qualified for finals, and that's it for me. You know, he doesn't really worry too much about seeding because I mean he will play anyone, right? Tweedy doesn't care. He'll just play anyone and feel like he can win because that's the confidence you need, and he does a lot of the time. Hence why he's here in top 8. But as the season came to the end, I remember specifically him saying like, oh, my maths was off. I'm not guaranteed at all. Uh-oh, what do I do about this? So he started going to those last couple of events very, really stressed about it, and ended up, managing to make it in the end. And here he is now, losers top 8, even though he's eliminated now.
Top 8 at the World Finals is still a phenomenal result.
Yes.
Right? There's no getting around that. But our next matchup, losers bracket action once more. The lone UK defender who's been able to.
Should we be commentating this one?
I feel like.
So Foxy's coming up, right? And
yeah.
We say we try not to be biased, but you know we can't help it.
I give it a good go. Speak for yourself.
Should I swap out? Aquaman's right there. Should I just
Well, no.
I guess that's the question answered, isn't it? Foxy Grandpa has managed to get losers side top 8 today, playing mainly Shang Tsung, but he's actually been going a couple of characters, right? It's been Kung Lao, Nightwolf we've seen.
Foxy's character pool has been predominantly Shang Tsung, and then if the matchup calls for it, Kung Lao's a pocket. But he did use a little bit of Nightwolf today, which was mainly just to try and shut down like a runaway game and being nice and simple. His opponent, Rewind. Rewind is, I think, a player that a lot of people are really gunning for this weekend. He's been playing absolutely phenomenally. He's won pro comp events in the past. I believe it was Celtic Throwdown with the Liu Kang versus SonicFox.
Rewind is an Evo champion, Celtic Throwdown champion, Evo champion for Injustice 2, saying that he is a world champion material because he's done it before. But Rewind managed to get top 8 by eliminating Dizzy TT, another one of the UK hopefuls.
In a close
very
match.
Close 5 game. It was a really clutch play from Rewind to bring that through. So Rewind is either going to be the slayer of the UK overall, or Foxy will be able to get that ultimate revenge. But these are two players that I really enjoy watching both of these. Foxy due to the horrible bias that we show him every time, but also because I respect this play a lot, right? Shang Tsung is really good for him. The way he plays Kung Lao also, he is like the epitome of strike throw. Like Foxy's got, he will normally have like Heidi's and random accounts. He'll always call himself throw spammer and whatnot because he sees the comments. He knows you guys call him a spammer and he loves it.
But does he care?
No,
the
he
answer
doesn't.
is no.
You fueled him. Like you make him want to do it more. That achieves the exact opposite effect, and here he is.
But I mean, Foxy feeds off that energy. He plays for effectiveness, and a lot of players aren't really prepared to be as slow and disciplined as he does bring to the table. Shang Tsung is a perfect character for that. And I mean, this whole tournament has been a wonderful representation of parts of the world that many years ago didn't really get their chance to be represented. And now we have players from South America,
my heart to
various
see,
parts of Europe. Like, come on.
It absolutely warms my heart beyond belief to see, again, at least 3 Europeans in top 16. Nivek, Dizzy, Foxy. Of course, there were some European hopefuls at LCQ.
I mean, this is a far cry from 2011, where Foxy was this kind of unknown online player that nobody thought was dangerous because, hey, it's online. How good can he really be?
Exactly.
Almost 10 years later, here we are.
Right? Like we've been with the game for so long, as so many of you guys that have been watching from home the whole time. You guys have all seen. It has not always been an international show. There was a point that the NetherRealm scene was very much kind of like America or bust. And even though America is still very much like the most dominant force in the game,
of course,
we've got Conqueror, you've got Canada, you've got.
I mean, honestly, shout-outs to
Middle
the South
East,
American.
Russia.
I want to say shout-outs to the South American Mortal Kombat scene. They have a underratedly large classic presence too. They consistently to this day have ultimate MK3 tournaments that have numbers that can trump a lot of other tournaments in the world. It is remarkable stuff. But I do believe now the handshakes come through. We should be loading in real soon. But I mean, this is a matchup where it's going to be defense versus lightning fast offense, and we're going to see who's going to come off better here. Rewind versus Foxy Grandpa loses action of this top 8 for the World Finals, Final Combat 2020.
One will advance, one will be eliminated. The question is, who is going to be who?
The original big bad boss.
The unproven next generation aspirant.
Allow me to present my qualifications.
That was a dope intro.
He used way more syllables than she did. Well, just say it.
The older generation, my friend, but now this matchup is going to be upgraded. She is going to leap. She is going to want to have no part in this ground eruption zoning, but the escape failed. Already trying to go for the unpredictable grabs. Foxy goes for the forward grab because the reverse one into corner was way more predictable.
I mean, he literally builds his game around throws or strike, right? He is like the epitome of that playstyle. You know, really kind of forced it to be as prominent as it is now. But the big thing, we're seeing a lot of movement knowledge from Foxy, right? We're seeing every time Rewind is going for like leaps or whatever, that right there, he's going for that big boot, that forward four, because he's not trying to hit Rewind, he's just trying to move out of the way of the jump, and it's working. Like 3 for 3. That's really smart.
Matchup knowledge right here, but a wonderful tech from Rewind, getting clipped by the 1-1 though. And Foxy has to show so much discipline to not anti-air those jump-ins, because at any moment, she could blow you up for it. And it looks like now it's Rewind's turn, but no, the back three connects all the same. And a breakaway, brave breakaway, but with the Fatal Blow in play, all it would take really was a Fatal Blow to start the general momentum. Didn't quite land it, but round one's going to be Foxy's anyway.
Round 2, fight.
Now Rewind, you know he's the kind of player that's going to adapt. We're seeing Foxy has that very obvious answer. Oh, okay. Foxy has that obvious answer for the leap. I'll be very surprised if Rewind doesn't try and figure out some way around it.
Immediate leap, gets the perfect time to go through the corpse drop. It is going to enforce Foxy to go for a lot more prediction corpse drops there. The close ones just in case the leap, but grease kick as well. It's so many ways Jackie can get combos in this variation. It's crazy remarkable. Clipped again. Looks like some more. Foxy, I think, just going for the hard reads of the neutral duck, and it's not working at all. Rewind's going to get the second round here.
Rewind, that is exactly the round he needed. After that first round being so controlling for Foxy. Oh, and Foxy tries to get out of dodge by finishing the string, but Rewind chases him down nonetheless.
Now, this is the scary situation. You just have to wait for your moment to strike. But upgraded, she has 1,000,001 ways to do it. The flawless block again. Really good trade for Foxy, getting a little bit of his meter out. 2 breakaway with punish on the 1-1-4. And here comes that ground eruption, full screen. Back you go. But now Rewind. He's just looking for that magical leap. Foxy waits for it. Oh, threads the needle.
Magic range, gets out of the way with the crouch. Foxy breaks the jaw. See you later, teeth.
But it's not over. This is Jackie Briggs. We're talking about damage. Fatal blows in play. Oh no, clipped. Are we going to see a leap? Oh, it's that. Wow, Foxy. I know you want to leap. How about that? You're not going to say, I don't want to jinx it, but Foxy normally having such a grab-heavy game, he's normally the one that falls victim to the constant down twos. But it feels like today he's been the one dishing them out instead.
I mean, no, that's actually one thing I've noticed is Foxy is known for playing very by the book, very kind of like by the rules, right? He's very strict, very calculated. But today, he's still playing that way, but he's willing to make these big decisions, right? These big wake-up jumps, these big just hold down and get that crushing blow. And I feel like that might be an element to why he's doing so well today, but does not mean that this is done by any means. Rewind, more than capable of bringing this back. It's been one game and a first to 3. We have plenty left to go in this set.
Now, rare sight. You're going to see, I feel like we're going to see less grabs in this matchup purely because the chances of being absolute point blank, it's just less. Rewind doesn't want to put himself in a position to get grabbed here. He wants to be mobile. He wants to be airborne. Oh my. Flawless block on the dash punch. We'll take it. But now commits to the forward 2-4-2 because it just moves Shang Tsung so far away. Hard to whip punish. And now the pressure breakaway being used means you're kind of at the mercy of it. Oh. Rewind tries to be a little bit cute. The reverse grab again, more damage. And now Fatal Blow in play. Cannot count this character out, especially when Fatal Blow's ready to go. Dash punch at the start of it. Can't confirm. Every single hit here could be a confirm if he commits. Hang on a minute. Oh my god, corpse drop.
Oh, the trip guard. There we go, Fatal Blow. The trigger is pulled and Rewind. Actually, will that do enough? It's a couple hits first. This should kill, right? Yeah, he's definitely dead.
Yeah, an early confirm means it's completely unscaled, really. And I got to commend the patience there from Rewind, where Foxy went in, assumingly that was because I've been defensive the whole game. You're not expecting me to go in. That's exactly how the last game ended, was that Rewind, I don't think, was ready for the jump 3 at all.
Oh, just clipped by the arse end of that ground eruption.
But from this range, Foxy, 2 forward dashes. You think you've caught the defensive flow? He just dashes in and grabs you. It really throws off your momentum.
Wow,
nice.
That's a perfect range. Rewind, recognizing the punish there.
Down 1 to interrupt, stealing a turn back. Shang Tsung getting a couple of % of health back, but commits to a projectile, and that's a jump in. Every time.
Drop combo from Rewind.
Every time Foxy does a single projectile, he is dancing with the devil here. The damage for upgraded is so insane, and Rewind making the perfect reads. Oh my word.
Speaking
Another
of
flawless
which,
block.
flawless block comes through again for Foxy. Plus frames. Ooh, short hop.
Looked like a flawless block attempt to me, perhaps. Oh no, the counter hit!
That was really smart because Rewind could see that Foxy had like very clearly mistimed that meaty forward two. So he just woke up with the optimal punish. Wake up with a crushing low launcher? Absolutely. If you're going to mistime it, you will pay the price. Rewind takes a game back. We might have a really good set on our hands here.
We can see some adaptations. Rewind. He's not being as crazy offensive. He's just looking for the moment. He's trying to catch the rhythm of Foxy's projectiles. He's being wise to it quite a lot, but now the ball's in Foxy's court. He's making the... What? Get back down here.
Oh, that was such a quick micro duck. I would argue whether she actually entered a ducking state at all. You know what I mean?
Whips the grab. That's going to be another one. The damage of these grabs on a perfect read. It looks like a matchup that's a little bit tricky here. She has the answers to the momentum. Should be a full combo. But Rewind definitely doesn't deem it worthy to go for a breakaway there. Might start now. Fatal blows in play.
Crucial to get that health back here when you're this low. Every percent counts.
And the hard, yeah. Hard dedication to just dash in and grab again. It is a big payout or a big disaster. You kind of just have to roll that dice and accept it.
Rewind is playing out of his mind so far.
He's
I like
just
the way
he's
he's being
getting
so
perfect
much.
reads.
Yeah, like even though Foxy is like avoiding all the jumps, it's not deterring Rewind because like you're avoiding him, you're not punishing him. And if he hits that leap, he's doing like 300 damage. So of course, like there's no reason not to.
You can see the care. Foxy's having to place a lot of care into every single projectile he throws here. Oh, dash punch. High speed from Rewind so far. No flawless block attempt there from Foxy. He has been quite successful with that so far, but these leaps. Momentum is the magic word in this matchup. Reverse grab into a turn. Foxy has to hold it again. Tries to challenge it with the down two. Big mistake. And Rewind continuing the pressure. Foxy just wants to get out. But can he? It just feels like Rewind relentless. There's no getting away.
Well, the thing is, like, it's one thing to just avoid the leap every time you're at a distance, but when she's point blank, you are just having to deal with it like the rest of us.
Now, if you're in Foxy's shoes, do you stick with Shang or do you go to a Kung Lao or something else? I feel like the matchup just isn't working.
It's hard to say whether it is clearly a matchup thing, though, because Foxy, he won the first game. It's not been two complete blowouts. But the big question is, can Foxy keep it up? Because playing Shang Tsung in this matchup clearly requires you to be like absolutely playing at your just perfection, right? You have no room for error. One projectile gone askew, and you get jumped in on, and you take like 300 damage. You have to be flawless blocking. You have to be doing all this really difficult stuff. The question is there a character you can pick in his arsenal that maybe isn't as quite high maintenance but can still get the job done? But then Rewind plays many characters, so what's to stop him from just changing should Foxy manage to tie things up? You have so many questions to ask and not enough answers in the heat of the moment.
Well, Foxy, he's going to ride the wave with Shang Tsung to the bitter end. We'll see if he's going to be able to adapt here in any way. But so far it's Rewind, who's just been in full control all the way through, and it looks like, again, history's just repeating itself. He's point blank, and that's where he's going to stay.
And the reactions, there's no way Rewind's not going to get locked on that overhead.
Nice little micro dash underneath the jumping, but Rewind answering back with an immediate dash punch.
Oh, hits him, but wasn't confident in the ground eruption.
So this is a scary position for Foxy. Going to be quite the miracle comeback to make. Has to hold all of this, and grabs, I mean, they become extremely dangerous when you're this low on life, and now it's going to be either hit, match point for Rewind, and he's just riding all the momentum. This matchup is so heavily focused on Rewind, looking for that one opening and just sticking to him like glue. He's playing the matchup perfectly so far. Foxy just has no room to breathe.
Oh, just try to just raw jump from point blank. Rewind, he wants to end this now. He's got somewhere to be. Oh wow, just a straight up slap on that forward two. Such a long range punch.
If he can ultimately just keep, oh, that looked like a bait to me.
Yeah, he did a short one, that was really smart.
And he did the short leap, and he cancelled it immediately. He is wise to this plan, but no breakaway for Rewind means this one's going to hurt 37%. But Rewind, a leap, a dream, and a fatal blow can totally win this round still. Foxy doesn't want to overcommit, oh no!
Especially if he threads the needle and gets over the ground eruption.
Here he goes. Scary times here if you're Foxy. The low. Rewind, risking it all. But all he needs now is one clean opening. Foxy defending for his life. But all it takes now is one clean hit. Oh no, just like that!
Wait, was that a trade combo?
It looked
That
very
looked
similar.
like a trade combo. That was hype.
Is
That
it
actually might be it. I think Rewind's taking it. That was so clean. Rewind 3-1. Eliminating Foxy Grandpa here in this top 8. What a display of knowledge.
It's just the fact that Foxy has spent today being so insanely hard to crack into with that defense. Rewind just finding the magic moment every time.
Jumped
It's
all over him.
decision making and playing the matchup perfectly. At no point really did Foxy look comfortable outside of game number 1. Rewind found his rhythm, and that was all she wrote. Shoutouts to Foxy for getting as far as he did, top 8 for the World Finals. This is where his journey's going to end.
Foxy's been doing the UK proud for 8+ years at this point in NetherRealm and continues to do so. So well done, Foxy. It's a shame to see him go here from our very biased perspective, but of course,
it's
can't
great.
take it away from Rewind.
For sure, Rewind played, there's no taking away from it whatsoever. Rewind played phenomenally. He's in great form and could totally even move into, losers finals, maybe even grand finals. He's got the skill and he's got the talent. He's definitely got the drive. You can tell that for sure. But yeah, that's where Foxy is going to bow out of the championship.
So that does mean that our round 1 games for top 8 have now been completed, but we have plenty more left to go here. But we are getting scarily close to the end of this final combat.
It's been a long day, but it's been a good day.
It's been a long year. Like this journey began, the pro competition began at a Combo Breaker.
It did.
Last year, 2019. I keep wanting to say this year, but it's not. We're officially 2020 now, so I've got to keep reminding myself. But Combo Breaker was already almost a year ago by this point. So it has been a long old year of watching. I mean, those of you that have been watching from the start, you've seen these players at Lord knows how many tournaments by now, right? Like just all over the place, all over the world. Europe having events around, and obviously America too. Online events, individual leagues. Like, it has been a long time coming to get to tonight. And I must say that I have not been disappointed by a single set today. I think it has been consistently really high quality.
It's been worthy of a World Finals. It truly is just a gathering of the world's finest players, and they've been battling out because everyone here could have totally won. On that note, actually, we have got the bracket for the top 8 to go over. Of course, the winners' finals, the legendary matchup that everyone wants to see, SonicFox versus NinjaKilla. And on the loser side, Kombat versus Deoxys. And then now, because of Rewind's victory versus Foxy, Dragon versus Rewind.
I believe they will be the next 2 matches that we will have on stream.
Please
Please do
down
correct
to
me
a
if
top
I'm
4.
wrong, but I believe that we have Kombat and Deoxys and then Dragon and Rewind coming up. But, I mean, amazing. I mean, it does now mean that officially we are all American left. Shout outs to USA. Once more we have, I mean, it's just such a dominant part of the world for NetherRealm games, right? That has been true for years and continues to be the way. But, I mean, it just goes to show there's so many tournaments, there's so many events around the entire country and online events. Shout-outs to, all the people that did, like, online stuff through the year, stuff that isn't even affiliated with pro competition. There have been companies out there and teams putting on, like, online events. So shout-outs to all of you guys, keeping the MK dream alive, even in the online space, putting that really good netcode to use. You like to see it.
Just waiting right now. Should have our next few matches coming up very, very soon. Kombat and Deoxys definitely promises to be a competitive one. I mean, we're at this point in the tournament now where anyone could just have this miracle run, and everyone in the bracket's riding a lot of momentum.
I definitely think that for Kombat Deoxys, I definitely think we'll be seeing Kombat go just straight to Johnny Cage. Because
Outtake versus Jackie, you reckon?
I mean, most likely. Because the big thing is, Kombat is still predominantly a Infinite Warden player, right? If he plays Geras, it's probably going to be Infinite Warden. And the benefit of that is, you have, if you're good with the character, it's very effective. It's very, I don't use the word simple, but you know what I mean, where its game plan is very good to enforce in the game, right? It's not the hardest thing to get going with the strike throw. But then we saw a lot of knowledge, but enough from us.
I've just been told by production something quite exciting. We are ready to throw over to Josh Gray for an announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a reveal, but I need some help. So please help me in welcoming the creative director of NetherRealm Studios and the co-creator of Mortal Kombat, Ed Boon. Ed, it's great to have you here. This is a big moment for many, many fans when it comes to comic books, when it comes to history. But first of all, I'd like you to kind of take the stage and let us know what's happening on March 17th.
Oh, March 17th. Well, you know, Spawn is going to be available on March 17th. This is a character that, you know, has been talked about being in a Mortal Kombat game since Mortal Kombat 9. You know, every single game that we do, we've had guest characters, and everybody's always saying, you got to have Spawn in the game. You got to have Spawn in the game. And we actually, you know, we're waiting for the perfect time to do it. Cannot wait to show you guys the gameplay in terms of how he acts, and also the special guest that we have as far as the authentic Spawn. This is like to our team, you know, to have Mortal Kombat game without you know, Keith David as Spawn is we just couldn't do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute pleasure and honor to introduce Mr. Keith David.
Hey, thank you. Hey, Josh, I mean, and thank you to all you Mortal Kombat fans. I love that. And we love to be a part of this. It's fantastic.
Now, Mr. David, could you tell us, maybe a couple fans out there who are not as familiar with Spawn, who is Spawn as a character?
Well, Spawn is a soldier named Al Simmons. And Al Simmons, at the moment of his ultimate demise, makes a deal with the devil and becomes Hell's Spawn. And, you know, what I love about him is how it doesn't work out exactly the way he thought it was going to work. And so he winds up doing some really nasty stuff for really good reasons and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, he's so wonderfully complex that you can't help but to love him. You know, what's not to love about Spawn? Really? Right, Spawny?
Exactly. He happens to be kind of the embodiment of the road to hell is paved with good intentions, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
So you were able to voice this character a couple years ago, we'll say, and for you to come out as this character, again, being released right after Joker, it's almost as kind of a play in between the schedule of what characters are being released and how much Spawn likes or doesn't like clowns. Am I right?
You know I hate clowns.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
All day long.
Now, Ed, when it comes to showing the gameplay with Spawn, I mean, as you said before, your team has been working behind the scenes. This has been one of the most requested characters. How does it feel to finally be able to reveal this character in a Mortal Kombat title?
It feels great. You know, like I said, our team has wanted to put Spawn in since forever. And, you know, as we were having our discussions about it, you know, we said, we got to have Keith David's voice. We got to have it. You know, it's not Spawn without his voice. And so we got that. We were lucky enough to get that. And, you know, when you see him and you hear him interacting with our characters, it's there's something special for us as, you know, fans of Spawn since he, you know, was created. To see him interacting with our characters is a dream come true.
And for you to be back in the voice booth to bring this character back to life, if you will, what was that experience like?
Well, as Al Simmons was resurrected, I am so happy to be re-resurrected in this character, you know. Spawn is one of my favorite characters in the world. And so I'm more than happy to be back. That happy doesn't begin to describe. I'm like hellaciously happy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure all of us will be hellaciously happy as well as we finally get to see the reveal of Spawn in Mortal Kombat 11. Let's take a look.
All right. Together, we can purge the 10 hells.
Only if you follow my lead.
All due respect, that's not in the cards.
Fight! Spawn wins.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wow. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, was that worth the wait? The internet's exploding right now, and to have this moment, to have a legendary performer such as yourself and a legendary creator such as yourself, this is tremendous. The fans all around the world, thank you for this. I'm getting emotional because I've waited for this my entire life, so thank you once again. Mr. Keith David, anything else you'd like to say while we have you here?
Keep coming back. Play, play, play. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. Ed?
Thanks, mate. This is, like I said, this is a dream come true. We are as big of fans as Spawn as you guys are. So, again, something that putting Spawn in our game has been a dream come true. Our team has been, dying to do this for years now, and this is really just kind of like the culmination of all that. So we can't wait for you to get your hands on him when he's available on the 17th.
All right, thanks again, gentlemen. And once again, everybody watching, make sure to pick up the Combat Pack, which is now 60% off, and Spawn will be released on March 17th. And also, that trailer featured 2 unreleased tracks from the heavy metal band Trivium, entitled 9 and Scattering the Ashes. Okay, folks, we still have a couple more matches before we crown ourselves a champion, and we're going to have one more reveal a little bit later, Ed, so I look forward to that as well. Thanks again, folks. Spawn, March 17th. We're going to take a quick break. We come back. Oh, no, we're going to the commentators. The match is about to begin. So let's head on over to the commentators. Take it away.
These video games won't play themselves. No, that's it. That's all about that. I mean, we've had to just get through that, which is insanely ridiculous.
I hope you guys aren't disappointed. The Spawn has been something the community has wanted for a long time. We hadn't seen that trailer before then too, which is always the best way of doing it.
I mean, as an MK9 OG, Ed definitely isn't lying when he says that the community, literally since 2011 or maybe even before, was really in high demand for such a legendary character, right? And it's nice to see him in full force.
So I do hope that when Spawn comes out, you'll have a lot of fun with him. But that is slightly down the line. As for now, we have a final combat to finish, and we have some of the best players in the world ready to go in this losers bracket action. We are still down here in the losers bracket, which means if you lose here, you are eliminated, and we have some of the very best ready to go.
I mean, up next, some crazy madness going on. I believe it should be Kombat versus Deoxys.
I believe it's Kombat, Deoxys.
If my memory's not the worst
in the
world.
perfect timing. Look behind us. You can see those pixelated images.
It's like, I'll make it out. It's a good thing I've got my glasses on. Yeah. I got my glasses on. But we talked about this matchup just a little bit as we were loading in and getting everything ready to go. It's, well, Kombat likely to go straight to Johnny Cage, and Kombat really being the first Johnny Cage of Mortal Kombat 11, when Johnny Cage was not necessarily the new hotness, and it definitely was a kind of shadow of
There was a
what
big
he
question
is now.
mark over what Johnny Cage was at launch, right? There was a lot of kind of like disparity within the community as to whether Johnny Cage was even good. And now, fast forward the clock's a year, and he's pretty much top tier. There's kind of no real two ways about it.
Privilege of this man.
Players like Kombat have been using Johnny Cage the entire time. Even back when the community was quite divided and didn't know if the character was even good, remotely usable. Kombat was playing Johnny and was like, no, he's definitely at least good for these things that I'm using him for, for certain characters or matchups or whatever. And here he is now making it work. And the reason we're talking about Kombat's Johnny Cage is we just saw Deoxys versus Tweedy, and Tweedy was playing Gearus the whole way, which is another character we know that Kombat plays. Kombat has pretty much been Gearus and Johnny Cage, but we saw Deoxys, who himself was a Gearus player once upon a time, against Tweedy, and it was quite a dominant 3-0 because of a lot of matchup knowledge. Deoxys thoroughly seems to understand exactly how to exploit what has been nerfed about Gearus and what makes the character struggle in their matchup, right? Jackie versus Gearus has always been a bit of a tough one for Gearus, really, in the eyes of a lot of the players, and we definitely saw why here. To the point that I'd be very surprised if we saw Kombat stick with Gearus himself.
As we load in now, kind of hard to make predictions. If I were to put you on the spot right now, Mustard, and say, who do you think is going to win this? What do you think it'll be and what's the score?
I kind of got my eye on Kombat, though. I feel like if Kombat is playing Johnny Cage, which you know he is, I feel like we've seen Jackie versus Johnny a lot. These are kind of two of the arguable, best two in the game, right?
And Kombat made it in as the final qualified player for the entirety of Final Kombat.
I'm going to say Kombat
and
3-2.
he has more than really proven his worth in this tournament bracket. He has gone through the gauntlet. He remains in the bracket right now. This is the later stages of the tournament. Players battling out for top 4 status.
Dad, you
Let's
asked
get
me
this
that?
started.
Whoa, Jackie Jacks, I was kidding.
You'd better hope so.
Oh, damn, Sizzle, we missed some context. Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
Well, either way, we're kickstarting things. It is going to be Outtake versus Upgraded. A matchup that we were more than ready to see. These two variations.
This is 100% what I thought we'd see.
Oh, this is top 2. These are the best 2 characters in the game without question right now, with just how much they bring to the table. But so far, both players really feeling each other out. Looks like the damage has kind of been in Kombat's favor so far, but that might only last so long. Upgraded has been on quite the tear today. The grab coming forward again. Kombat with a comfortable start here in round 1. Corner pressure.
Oh,
that's where
there it
Cage
is.
wants you to be. Full combo.
Dude, that's
And
not
the
so
bar.
much damage. Not quite enough to get the kill, but it will be damn close as Kombat takes the first round in this losers quarterfinal here in this top 8.
Fight.
It'll take a while to get some of this momentum going. Tries to answer back for the leap, but a little bit too slow on the mark. A wonderful throw tech. The down 3 just to steal the turn away. Escape failed. And that's because Kombat, with his back to the wall, went for a forward grab. It's the next level of throws at this level of play. Go for the unpredictable option. Back to full. We're just straight back to mid-screen. In the blink of an eye, here we are again. Walk up grab. The mini mids that Jackie brings to the
It's the
table.
sweet spot. It's where Johnny Cage wants to be. He has the range advantage. He can go in for those punishes, all the in-between.
We're going to get a full screen situation again. But no, there is no full screen that Kombat wants any part in. No force balls to be had. He wants to be point blank. He wants to end this game right now. But here comes Deoxys.
He has
an
fatal
opening.
blow. It's possible. Oh, you see him backing up, trying to bait something out of Kombat on Wake Up. But now chip damage, a very serious threat. But there we go, the buffer from Deoxys. Perfect spacing.
Buffering buttons in this game, doing it from a range where the only way they'll come out is if they hit. And if they hit, you can just buffer the max damage option, and on whiff, nothing happens. The instant low, the tricky stuff from Deoxys, and the comeback.
I mean, I'm not surprised he made the comeback because it's Deoxys, but it's still damn impressive. He was so far behind on life. I mean, yes, it cost him his fatal blow, but absolutely worth it. 1000%.
But now Kombat fighting back, sticking out those lows once again. Rising star out of nowhere. Hello. Woo. Again, 2 times in a row. Doing some respectable damage at the same time. Rising star. The strength of it is that it's safe on block if you amplify it. Here comes the pressure. Restand situation. Deoxys. Keep
On the
momentum.
micro duck.
You barely even saw the duck come out.
That was like Neo dodging bullets in the Matrix levels of micro duck.
Trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to. All right. Oh, no. No, the execution error. Could have been a lot more punishing than it actually was.
That
Kombat.
scoop and jump punch as well from Johnny Cage. Kombat to make his jump-ins really ambiguous.
And now here we go. Looking for the force balls. Again, airborne, back-to-back blasts.
And again, you see it.
Oh, watch out for the whiff, mate. That one was close. Both players. Oh, nice and weak with the confirm.
Oh,
So
my
clean.
goodness.
The clutch coming out from Kombat. Johnny Cage, the original Fatal Blow cancel character, still has those crispy conversions.
I mean, you said it, right? That was a clean confirmed combat. He went for that knee into the cancel. You know he was looking for just that. At the very least, be blocked. Saw it hit, saw that Deoxys had jumped, and was ready to convert. That was perfect.
Looks like they're going back in again. I know we could potentially try and lower those health bars, but the reality is this is late in the tournament. No interruptions.
I mean, yeah, it's a shame that the graphics obviously are overlapped, but we're Final Kombat. We are absolutely in the later stages. We do not want to take these players out of the zone.
Under no circumstances, but there's an immediate confirm again. Deoxys. All right, yeah, we're just going to cash out some damage almost immediately and remove it from play.
That might be the first time I've ever seen that interactable comboed into. I legitimately can't think of a single time. Oh, the pickup. Rising Star. It's good.
No need to amp it yet, though. The bar, really important. Staggers the individual hits. Those kind of single hits, I mean, if you stuck to the string, great, but if not, have to just roll with it. Take the plus frames or anything you can get. The grab's going to connect again. Oh, so many highs. Deoxys, just in case he sticks out a string, it's not worth trying to whip punish unless you walk right into it. And this is that patient game. Very minimal force balls will come out from Kombat, because again, all it takes is one touch. kinda like this. And there it is, a round down again. Deoxys gonna take it.
That's exactly why you're going to be seeing Kombat being careful to throw these projectiles. You throw one at a bad time and Jackie has just jumped all up in your face and you've lost like 30% of your life into a situation you don't want to be in.
Now this is that scary moment. Watch your toes. Gonna get clipped. Here comes some of that damage again. The flawless block on the anti-air, but no meter to up 3 or up 2.
Oh, speaking of flawless blocks, yes, Kombat responds in kind. There's a thing or two about that himself. And this is a big leap for Kombat to have throw tech, but even at this point, even like the % or 2 of damage is enough for Kombat to keep that lead going. Try to anti-air, but a little bit too late. Oh, was that a drop from Deoxys or trying to bait on the breakaway, I wonder?
Try and sometimes get damage.
No.
Yep. Unlikely Deoxys is going to use breakaway there. I mean, the reality to make a comeback, yes, the fatal blows in play, but it deemed a bit more useful going into the next round with more resources. And now everything we need, the clean blast into the air, breakaways forced. Again, Kombat not in a good position. You don't want to be out of defensive bar against Jackie because this happens. Oh my, all over the shop. Deoxys just flying in from here, there, and everywhere. Kombat trying to fight back, but down over half life. And we've only just started the round. And it's the pressure over and over. Instant jump into the low. It's just so risky to block a low when the jump-ins come as often as they do. Oh, uh-oh. Could have definitely been potentially more damage on the table. Signs of potentially Kombat being a bit nervous. Max range dash punch into the crushing blow, and that was a swift way to turn it around.
Yeah, Deoxys looking good. Yeah, looks. I think the players are now being told about lowering the health bars. Happy they let the match rock though, as opposed to just like taking them out of it. But we're going to be going and sorting that out most likely. But still, one game apiece. This is exactly what we're expecting to see. You know, we have seen game 5s all day, and that's to be expected when you get to this level of competition. But still, it has been pretty incredible.
There's a minimal amount of the force balls coming out from Kombat. This is normally a variation that you see picked because of the zoning, because of the ranged game. But Kombat, it's honestly, not really that kind of matchup he wants to play. He wants to have the safety and the damage, yeah, but it's all about Rising Star, having that kind of poke up close that you can do safe. Yes, you can make it whiff if you have the matchup knowledge, and in certain situations it's not safe. But Kombat, he's really going to put himself in those positions. This is as close as I think we expected.
But that's the thing, whenever you watch Kombat play, like, I don't think he really cares about the force balls. Like, yeah, he would use them, but I definitely think he's playing this variation for Rising Star. So you have to remember, the reason that's such a big deal for Johnny Cage is it's effectively like his fast mid, right? It's safe on block, there's no gap when you amp it.
But almost immediately, Deoxys has other plans. And it kind of makes total sense. Your choice is to go in almost immediately. She is a rush-down queen. It's the entire reason you picked this variation. Tries to flawless block, but the whiff. Kombat doesn't want to overextend. The grab's going to be good. Full screen again, but that's only going to last for so long against a character like this. The force ball's coming out at a safe range, but just like that, he's waiting for the jump in. Kombat, Rising Star, chip by chip so far. Both players on similar meter at the same time. And very few grabs. All about those buttons. Taking it in turns, you know, one after the other. I press, you press.
That kind of just to reset to neutral, but then again, oh, okay. Oh, wow, that clean interruption from Kombat. Just make you wonder. You can see it again, there's the bait, the flawless block. Deoxys was ready for it.
Oh, that's genuinely surprising. Even more surprising that Deoxys did not amp that grease kick. He had the bar for it. That would have been a full combo, and with the health that are left, who knows? Maybe it would have been a little bit more. But the choice isn't going to be his. Fatal Blow comes out, and Fatal Blow being used here means no cancels are available later.
I feel like, even though it won the first game, it's not been the most important thing. I feel like in this kind of matchup, you just want to take the round. Yeah, lose the cancel, sure, but at least you get the round on it. And I know on Kombat, he's been so good at just those standing jabs to interrupt all this dash. Oh, this jump stuff from Deoxys. It's been so useful. It's hard to do that too. You have to just make the decision that she's not going to go for that double air shot in the air, and if she does, obviously, like exactly there, that was Deoxys calling out that standing jab that Kombat's been going for. He expected Kombat to interrupt, he was right on the money, and he punished him for it.
Bit of a funky wake-up situation there from Kombat, maybe trying to chase down a preemptive leap, but at this health, Deoxys does definitely need to be worried. One of the last bars of amp's going to get spent. By the time this round's over, we're definitely going to get at least one more back. There it is for Kombat, who's just looking to close things out. Rising Star comes out, a clutch breakaway from Deoxys, but at this point, it might not be enough. Oh, you're going to try and go for the overhead on me? Eat this down one. Both players, smiles all round. I mean, these are two players that have a lot of fun with the game, especially when they're against each other. They're two, young bloods, very high execution. Play a million miles
They're
an
very
hour.
much cut from the same cloth when it comes to like the modern community, and I'm not at all surprised to see them like play this well, but also still be somewhat lighthearted about it. But I can guarantee you, beneath those smiles, there are absolute seriousness. They haven't come this far just to lose here and lose in quarters.
But it looks like it's real. Side switch back to mid-screen and a high damage at the same time. A down one squeezed out to strong armor turn in. Kombat's going to get it. And the meter completely identical. Oh, potentially some flawless blocks coming out. Another confirmed nut punch. And that's a breakaway. Expensive way to avoid damage, but Deoxys has no choice but to do it. Oh, anti-air again. Something Kombat has not been shy of, consistently knocking upgraded out of the air like that. Another hit the whip!
Oh my
no!
goodness. Not only plus frames, but Kombat tried to catch Deoxys and he jumped. And the fact that he jumped kept him able to punish Kombat.
2 bars of offense spent to keep the fatal blow, a worthy trade. And now it might help Deoxys in what might be the final round for him going into this next game. Definitely needs to get this win to tie things up. Kombat's the one in the lead, but he's clipped again.
I mean, I did say I was expecting to see a game 5, and this is exactly why.
But now Kombat's fighting back. Not going to let him get it that easily, but a confirm again. Watch out with your stick out. Launch 3, 4. Nice amount of optimization there. Tries to down 2. Desperation down 2 from Kombat. And the immediate duck. This was not his game.
You say was, it's not quite over yet.
Okay.
The fatal blow is spent, that's going to do a big chunk. Now all Kombat needs is one good confirm into nut punch, or a grab and a little bit more. Absolutely can make this work, but it's going to be tough. Deoxys has that fatal blow.
Oh! The wake-up neutral jump, shout out to Dan Forden. Oh my god, that was clutch at the last minute. The wake-up jump,
Dan
a
Forden
little
came out, gave Kombat the strength he needed, takes the round and goes into match point.
Fitting, really. With a wake-up neutral jump, I think that was just signs of nerves. But what wasn't nervous was that neutral duck on the dash punch. Unfortunately, she takes after her dad in that respect. You hate to see it, but here comes the full combo. All right, the knockdown into corner pressure. This is where Jackie wants to be. Another grab. The snowball effect begins here for Kombat, who's just content to sit there and block. He takes his chance to get a grab, and it's a forward throw. Doesn't want to be too predictable.
Okay.
But speaking of grabs, here comes another one.
Yeah, Deoxys, he's looking good to take this game, but he did last time, but there's the flawless block, completely misses. But not deterred, Kombat goes immediately in for the grab.
Kombat,
the big whip with a punish! Off with his head, I say! And game 5, we are on the way.
This is always coming down to just that last final decision. Back to fighter select. This is either to change character, which I do think is unlikely, more just to reset some time. Players at this level, they'll go back to character select. They'll go with the same characters and the same variations. This is just to not give your opponent too much momentum. Wait, what?
He shook his head. I mean, Deoxys plays a lot of characters, and this is game 5. This is one game territory. We're officially playing for one match and one match alone.
Kombat knows how to play the entire cast at the same time. He's having a good hard think about it. There are so many picks you could potentially
who have we
do.
seen Kombat play this season alone, right? We've seen him play Geras,
Everyone.
pretty much all the variations of Geras. Johnny Cage since day 1. We've seen Shang, we've seen Baraka, we've seen Cetrion. Kombat he plays a lot of characters. What can I say? But it looks like he's going to be going back to it. I imagine it's still outtake.
When someone's feeling momentum, sometimes you just need to take it away from them. And if that goes into the realms of character select, then so be it. Yeah, Kombat's going to go back to outtake, the immediate dash-in grab, and we are indeed in our final game situation. This is losers, so one of these players is going home.
Kombat did that? Just raw shadow kick? He is trying to send a message for this last game.
That's it, Kombat. He's the perfect blend of natural skill and just the largest risks you've ever seen. He's just not afraid. He plays with his heart on his sleeve, and it's reflected here. Here comes the down 3, steals a turn. Deoxys gets a grab, which could be the start of disaster. Clipped it again, dash punch conversion. Any damage is good damage in this position. And he's fine back, clips the low. Watch your feet again.
This is all guaranteed damage too. That life lead even further put forward. Deoxys gets the throw tech. Safety of the Rising Star. Kombat still very much in the lead.
But this is Jackie. Oh my god, that was clutch. Any other character would have fallen victim to it, but the fatal blow in play. Deoxys can still make this comeback at any given moment.
One hit. One hit.
Oh,
One hit,
no.
the fatal blow will do it. One hit. Deoxys is absolutely not out of this. Oh, that could have been it.
Going in for the leap, the risky stuff into the low, and the low 2 times in a row. Match point for Deoxys.
Deoxys, he is throwing the kitchen sink at him at this point. He is pulling out all the stops.
What
This
an insane
offensive upgrade is just so dangerous.
But making a comeback like that, it starves momentum. It puts Kombat immediately on the back foot. He has to shake that off, but he gets hit by the leap anyway.
Dan Forden comes back again. Uh-oh, big hit. Breakaway, I mean, has to come out.
24% after a breakaway, though. I mean, that's still damage you don't want to take in this situation. Deoxys, anti-air, the clean from Kombat. Gets a combo drop, though. That might be bad news. Commits to the whole string anyway. It is going to hit its mark. The low has had a 100% success rate.
Second bar spent, it is Deoxys. Restand, and the kick with no bar to kill, but it's so close.
Goes in for the jump in. This might shred the health and the dash punch. At the last second, we went all the distance there. But it's going to be Jackie. It's going to be Deoxys doing UIU proud and then some. That was a crazy good series. But shout outs to Kombat. He was the final qualified player. He more than proved his worth in this tournament. And he finally got a major big result at the very end of the season. He was a slow starter. The talent was always there. And he finally cracked into that top 8 at the World Finals. But this time, it is Deoxys moving on.
Deoxys just played absolutely mental that entire set. I mean, it was 3-2, not quite in the way that I originally predicted, but if I'm being completely honest, that could have absolutely, especially with what we saw there, Deoxys just on that next level of just readiness. You know, one of the first real upgraded players that we saw when the Variation 3s came out and people kind of looking around, you know, maybe picking up new characters, maybe picking up new variations of their existing characters, and Deoxys saw upgraded, saw that movement, saw that mobility, and was just like, damn, I want to play that. And he did, and here he is a couple months later, rewarded with just, I mean, he's got the skills. The skills to pay the bills with this upgraded pick. And he moves on in this loser's bracket. Securing, I believe, is that top 4 secured?
Yeah, this was that joint situation.
Yeah, I'm trying to see the bracket in my head. I'm trying to make sure I'm not wrong, but I'm pretty sure, like 90% sure that it's top 4 secured now for Deoxys. But what a result. You know he's going to be happy with that.
And it's just a perfect example of Jackie at the same time. I mean, fundamentally, he's just a really talented player. He relishes that high execution. Jackie's just such a wonderful character for that because she just gives you creativity. And creativity, options, you know, you've got different combo paths if you want. You can go with different launches if you want. She's got the built-in side switches.
She has more combo options than I think almost anyone in the game, really.
Yeah.
In terms of what you can do you want to be unbreakable? Do you want to go for like the crushing blow ender? Do you want to knock down from close range? Do you want to knock them away? Do you want to go for like, you know, delayed Oki? Like your options really are just limitless, you know, especially if you've got the ability to get them done.
So our next matchup should be Dragon versus Rewind. So
now,
we're going to potentially see a little bit more Jackie. She's been...
Oh, we will.
She's
Rewind,
been the
100%.
hottest of the hot topic today. But it's a matchup which...
She's the best character in the game for a reason. You know
it's a
what I mean?
matchup that
Like, there's no reason for
Dragon has been extremely versed in the Jackie Briggs matchup. He's gone against almost exclusively Jackie today.
I mean, he hasn't lost to a single Jackie player.
Preparation. He's ready for this matchup. He studied it the hardest. He looked at his path. He was like, I'm going to fight a lot of Jackie today, I think. So he really was as prepared as he possibly could have been. Combined with the fact that Cetrion can fight upgraded quite effectively. You know, she's got the range, she's got the buttons, but importantly, she kind of has moves that have those diagonal angles. And if a Jackie's constantly trying to jump in at you and she's constantly trying to just get that inch, those downwards diagonal kind of projectiles, they stop that movement. And they are wonderful at shutting down momentum-based characters.
That's probably been the biggest thing to do with the matchup that we've seen Dragon do all day is kind of reactionary instant jump punch. I'm not sure if it's a jump 1 or a jump 2, but we've seen him go for it a lot where instant jump punch into the beam. You know, we see it so many times just on reaction. Jackie leaves the ground, you do that. Best case scenario, you swat her out of the air and do damage. Worst case scenario, you're fine. But you showed the Jackie player that you're ready for it, right? Which, you know, especially at this level play when you get people like Rewind, and they're going to see you go for things, and even if it doesn't work, they're going to go like, oh, he's doing that? Damn, I guess that's a thing. Or, you know, oh, he knows this matchup in this kind of way. And it's sending all that information, which might, by itself, save you some trouble down the line. But like we said, Dragon, it's not been free for him today against Jackie players. A lot of like, you know, Nivex particularly made him really sweat for their first match of the day. But he's won. He's won all the Jackie games today. The Dragon is looking the most comfortable in this matchup, I think, of anyone today.
Make sure everyone at home is following the action. Follow NRS Esports on Twitter with all the information you want, all things competitive MK11. Shouts to Astro for supporting the event with audio equipment, the A40 headset being used along with the mix amp, and shouts to Roadrunner Records for supporting this tour in general and bringing the good grace of metal.
Hell yeah,
So competitive Mortal Kombat, I'd like it no other way. But going into now, Dragon versus Rewind, very hard to call. Both players extremely hungry for this. And I think that, honestly, it's another one of those matches that is incredibly hard to call. I think that Dragon is going into this.
This is a pivotal match, because as soon as this match is over, we know our top 4. When this match is out of the way, we know who our top 4 are going to be. We have SonicFox and NinjaKilla waiting in that winner's side, in that winner's finals. And we have Deoxys.
Yeah, but I
was like, I completely blanked on the name. I could see Deoxys' face in my brain. I was like, oh. But Deoxys, of course, on that loser side top 4. Only one spot left, and it's going to go to Rewind or Dragon.
Man, I mean, this is just a matchup of Rewind who's hungry. He's hungry for this win, but so is Dragon. Dragon extremely prepared for the Jackie Briggs, that's for sure. The matchup he studied for the hardest. Looks like that's going to be the matchup for another time. But Dragon, he's going to play that range game, keep Jackie away.
I stood with Shinnok, Cetrion. I stood for nature's balance. Still counts as taking his side.
Okay, here we go. Both players battling out for top 4. Beast Coast Dragon, UIU Rewind. Who's going to take it? Best of 5.
Immediately starting things off with that whiff punish. One of the many advancing mids to worry about. And there it is again, back to back. That's going to be half-life gone. Oh no, he dropped the ender. That's unfortunate.
That is, the hard bit was done. And then the final section. Problem is, Dragon has taken a lot of damage already. And this is Rewind's aggression. 2 drops in a row, but this one results in a punish and a loss of
Dragon
position.
opting to save the crushing blow as well. Could have taken bigger damage, but no doubt sees that breakaway. Kept it grounded, but there's a big hit for Rewind.
Looking to jump in. Natural barrier, so active. An amazing anti-jump tool. Oh! That's 2 times now. Dragon has gone for a poke, and Rewind has just got that perfect jump in at the right time. Dragon,
that's it, right?
You have to be careful.
You can fight characters with like traditionally foolproof anti-airs, but if you time it right and you go for that blast, you're probably going to hit any button in the game. It's so dangerous.
A nice conversion to Geisa. Guaranteed teleport just to get out of the corner as well. And it's less about pressure, more about Dragon just trying to keep this full screen game. You don't want to let Upgraded anywhere near you. You know, we've been seeing why all tournament long. But Cetrion has more options than most at keeping her away. Interaction into big damage. Nice little chunk of change right there, but now another conversion. That's where she wants. No anti-air. Very risky to anti-air Jackie Briggs, and it is why she's so scary. You have answers for what she does, but if you miss that execution, or she baits you, you're taking a ton of damage.
Well, Dragon trying to backdash to get out of the way, and there's a perfect punish. The round is going to go to Dragon.
Raise your aspirations.
All right, going to be dominant either way so far in game number 1.
Yo, that trophy though, I feel like we haven't talked about the trophy enough today.
I mean, I can't
That's
even
like super heavy.
I can't even begin to describe how heavy that thing is. It's horrendous. I don't even know if any of our players can even lift that thing, but
they will surely try.
A conversation for about an hour from now, I suppose, is now. Oh, right in the face. Get out of it. Presses on. Yep. Already Rewind actually going through the blast just to make sure his jump doesn't get trip guarded. Should Dragon get up nice and quickly, but the plethora of mids make the grabs really scary. This is a terrible situation for Dragon. The low again and keeping the side, so Dragon hasn't even got the screen to work with. Again, the damage is insane, and this is looking kind of bleak here. Grease kick.
Wow, yeah.
Shoes out.
That was perfectly calculated by Rewind to do not only just enough chip, but to also plow through last breath should it be there. Really well played from Rewind, taking that first game.
But it's one he had to fight for. But it's what Rewind is bringing with this Jackie is just a sixth sense for when to go in. He's had to just get through a Foxy Grandpa's Shang Tsung with that just minefield of ground eruption. Now he's having to go up against Dragon, the best Cetrion, all about the range game.
Who has been winning against upgraded players all day.
Yet somehow Rewind is finding that magic moment consistently to just get in and stay in.
But now that is already like the 5th or 6th time we've seen Dragon do that in this set alone. Just that hard, just duck under a high and then just punish accordingly. It's hard to do that, especially at this level of play. Dragon finds the opportunity over and over and over again. Now, that's a big thing in the matchup. That ground pound is a low in the air, that upgrader does. It is one of the few things in her kit that is straight up, if you block it, she dies. But because it's a low and it's used so sparingly by people, it's not being blocked, it's hitting every time. And which you know is putting that seed of doubt in the player's minds when they face off against it. Oh, wait, what?
I mean, she's at full 360, right? Spinning around.
She is spinning right round, of course.
I wouldn't be surprised if her active frames are across her entire body during that. Right, no punish. Rewind, had the right idea. Dragon, backdash.
Oh, breakaway from Rewind. He thinks he can take the round.
Oh, and he might have... No! He had the right idea and he got the opening.
Also, I like that ender from Dragon, just putting a Rewind full screen straight away. Start the round with the positional advantage. Absolutely.
Round 2.
Oh, right, what's he going to do from this? Dragon's in the
Oh
best
my
case, the
God.
perfect read. This is now
so
going,
good.
It's going from Rewind making the perfect chance to go in to Dragon sniffing it out and punishing it. That's now twice he's got it. Speaking of punish though, clean opening there from Rewind. Needs a poke for his trouble. Health 3 even, the nice anti-air there from Dragon. And this is a bit of a back and forth right now. Another button press. This time it's going to be good. Dragon just sticking out one button too many at the wrong time in game 1. Not seeing the same thing at all in game 2.
The big thing is Dragon's just able to keep the distance. I feel like in the first game we were almost just point blank most of the time, whereas Dragon's actually finding space. As hard as it is to do against a player like Rewind and a character like Jackie, it's managing to get the distance, but now back to the wall.
Rewind.
Oh no.
Yeah, his execution failed him for most of that round, but the important thing, he wasn't punished, he didn't get a poke, he didn't have to give up his turn, and he eventually 3 hits for the price of 1. And he's not going to complain. Decent damage, but it's not over.
Dead.
He still has to get in. The natural barrier, Dragon, get off me. Tries to bait. I mean, I respect the attempt. I totally respect it. Fatal Blow was in play. If he just got the opening Geyser, that would have been round.
Final round. Fight.
Definitely seems to be a matchup of the space though. If Dragon has screen space to work with, he can absolutely make it work, but back to the wall, point blank. This looks like a rough one to deal with.
These grabs will just put the biggest spanner in the works. You think you're confident and content taking all this Jackie pressure, and then she eventually grabs you. That was a nice answer. The active frames of the down 3. Oh, the punish. Straight back into the corner. Wonderful throw tech there from Dragon. Opened up though, it's just damage. This adds up chunk by chunk, especially this late on in the round. The leap just to reposition. Rewind. Fully in the driver's seat again. He isn't going to have to give up his turn though. We'll see if Dragon can get anything from this. The leap, too good. The flawless block, but too risky. No, the jump whips! That could have been the game!
Okay, Dragon. Comeback has to start now. He has Fatal Blow. He can absolutely do it with one good confirm. And this health is not going to quite kill, but it will get close.
He's fighting back.
No!
Oh, wait, what? He commits to the whole string just to reappear. Oh, God, Rewind. He's had this game won 3 times now.
Oh, and it would come down to the ground pound, wouldn't it? And you can see from Dragon the head shake and then the nod of acknowledgement. It's like, damn, I can't believe it.
Rewind is playing with his heart on his sleeve. He's going so guttural with his reads. He just feels like the time is right to go in. He's been right most of the time. And this is a matchup that Dragon, he's spent all day taking out upgraded players, and he's made it look pretty simple.
You know this is a situation that Dragon would definitely not be happy with. To beat every single upgraded player throughout his bracket of upgraded players all day just to ultimately fall to Rewinds, like, you know he's not going to be happy with that outcome.
But we have to talk about the fundamental point of why there have been so many Jackie Briggs players in this bracket to begin with. She's good. And if you are a professional player, you got to give yourself the best tools for the job. And if this character's good, ouch, by the way. Wait a minute. Did she just blow through the blast there?
I think so.
Because I'm pretty sure that only crushing blows if she absorbs a projectile.
Or, I believe it's that or first hit. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's one of those double barrel ones.
You almost, if that is the case, you almost never see it used in that circumstance.
Although I'm pretty sure the barrier would block the shrapnel.
Well, Dragon's
on paper, it should, right?
He's not going to complain about it because now he's in a position now to get a grab. And now Rewind's back to the wall. Dragon has to try so hard to just keep him here. Good pickup. And the jump kick at the same time. A little chunk of damage, knocked down. Now from here, the rock. This rock game, leap or not, in this case, it's going to be a leap and enough damage to just
a casual 29% projectile. But only happens if you jump. As the read paying off.
Fight.
Still Rewind's driver's seat, honestly. He's got such a good lead here of games, but Dragon fighting back and still picked up again.
Yeah, that interactable does so much damage. You just seldom see it, so you don't see it every day.
No meter, but still 18% damage for a string by itself. That's not going to tickle at all. There's the lead, chases down the back dash.
Last minute.
With the splash damage of the low ground pound, it will chase down that low nicely.
No, but that's it though. The reason we see the low work so much, remember, like jump-in attacks on the way down are overheads, and the ground pound is a low every time. So if you do it right before you hit the floor, people are used to seeing characters fly at them, and they stand block on the way down because it's overhead jump-ins, right? But Rewind has been using that low ground pound to mesh that up so well.
A lot of confidence from Dragon here. We might actually see why.
Oh, hang on a minute. Has bar. There's another one in the tank too if he needs it.
At this stage, Fatal Blow can totally win the game. And that's why Rewind's sitting there holding the pressure. He can afford to take a grab now, but he can't afford the rest. This is going to be it. And the Fatal Blow just for good measure, but that was done with or without it.
A perfect game for Dragon. Quite ironic considering the way the second game went so bad for him was because he was in the corner and was then immediately able to do the exact same thing back to Rewind in such a polarizing way. Now Dragon, he has had people almost make 3-game comebacks against him a couple of times today. He now has to do it to Rewind. Can it be done? Honestly, I don't know, but I want to see it. I really want to see it at the very least a Game 5, because we need to see that here.
One, fight.
Well, if there's a time for it, it's now. World Finals, there ain't going to be another opportunity for this season. And now with an immediate pickup there from Dragon, keeping things unbreakable as always. Decent chunk of damage into a good situation now. He's pressing forward. And Rewind consistently looking for that right moment. Let's never forget, the female characters, they're a little bit more susceptible to that dash punch crushing blow.
Okay, there's the pickup.
And once more, just looking for his opportunity. Oh, flawless block is going to be good here. Now he's just looking for more bit by bit. Staying down the buttons, Dragon doesn't want to overextend. The Rewind, he's looking for a whip punish. He's just looking for that one opportunity. Dragon with Fatal Blow just became a million times more scary.
Especially at this health. Remember, Jackie is that 950 health. This bar is not as big as it looks. Uh-oh. Oh, that could be it. Oh, wow, actually missed. Might be the first time I've ever seen that not connect. Oh, the block and the punish. We see the change. Dragon now ready for the ground pound.
We've pretty much never seen that blocked all day.
I think that's the first time we've seen it.
The one time that low gets blocked, it costs Jackie the round, and that's why we talk about high risk but low reward. You use it entirely just to throw them off their rhythms, get them uncomfortable on block, because if they block it that one time, it'll cost you the round. That's exactly what happened there.
Round 2, fight.
Wow, that's a breathing space for Dragon, if anything. And now he's a lot more comfortable. Full screen, Cetrion. Her grabs put her in a great position for the instant jump in. Rewind shades of game 1, where that just consistently hit.
So whip punish again from Rewind, looking for it. Oh, big anti-air, Dragon. As soon as he sees that Rewind was like using so much of that bar, the less bar you have, the less likely you are to go for those bursts, because the payout isn't quite the same. Oh, okay.
Rewind looks a little bit shy of the whip punishes here, though. Like, he's looking for them, but he's not quite committing. Dragon is having some pretty unique answers here. The backdash to just try and get out of a dangerous range. Any of the pressure, whip punish, though. Natural barrier's not going to work out. Whiffs the string, but no punish again. A little bit quick to recover on that one. Rewind whiffs a button again. Here comes Dragon. And it's restand into grab consistently. Rewind does not want to get open up.
Like tech attempts in these throws from Rewind. He's just content to just like take the throw and know you'll survive. But now you get lower on health, the more dangerous that becomes.
Dragon knows that he's playing with fire. If he goes in for the air rock, yeah, he doesn't go in for the boulder right there. Going back into a swift character select. This is a turnaround from Dragon. Far more defensive and less susceptible to just being jumped in on with the blast. He's sticking out less buttons at a close range where the jump just becomes a threat.
Cetrion.
Now, what does Rewind do? This is just a mental reset. There's no way he wants to just restart match after a loss like that. You've got to take that momentum away from Dragon.
This is make or break. This is game 5. One of these guys is going home right here, right now. If you have time to speak to your coach, think about changes, or even if you go straight back in and you just want to give yourself a few moments of peace, just think about it. This is the time to do it. You have to remember, there is a serious amount of money on the line. This is the World Championship Finals for Mortal Kombat 11. This is make or break.
Potentially Rewind's last chance here. It is for Dragon as well, but with Dragon winning those games, he's going into this with the most momentum. And momentum at this late in the tournament, that is a great deal. Especially in a matchup like this, you know, where you can just get impatient, you can get over-aggressive, and Dragon will chew you up for it. Looks like he's going in with Jackie once more. This is the character he wants to rock with. It's just the final moments where Dragon is just being way too defensive. So hard to crack into.
But an incredible adjustment from Dragon. Nonetheless, we have to remember, he was down 2 games in a convincing fashion. In a matchup, he has been dominating all day.
Okay, so here we go. Final game. Dragon versus Rewind.
Yo,
Only
Rewind
one of these
started
players.
it with just a normal jump into.
Only one of these players is making it through. The other one's going home. This is absolutely make or break, and so far Dragon has a good start.
See the light.
Back-to-back grab, this time teched. Everyone says, get off me. The natural barrier. Watch it, mate. Uh-oh. To change of momentum. This time it's going to be Rewind. Back-to-back grab, good throw tech. Tries to anti-air, but again, a bit of an odd exchange.
That's actually not the first time that specific string has avoided the blast too. I wonder if that's some more matchup knowledge we've seen from Dragon. Knowing that you can't just blast your way through that one the same way you can most of the other buttons. Oh, and again, catches the blast this time. Just built the bar, but no breakaway. Rewind goes down. Dragon, match point.
This is scary for Rewind. Back to the corner, which means all that real estate for Cetrion. But it looks like so far, Dragon wants to press the advantage.
What
I mean, that's
was
it.
that?
He commits to strings that are crazy active. They move him out of danger, and they're harder to whiff punish, because if they're active and you press it, oh god!
Yo, that's the Jackie effect. It's really hard for Jackie to uppercut people's throws, but it's really hard for everyone to uppercut hers too.
All right, this is Rewind.
That
He's
double-edged
hungry.
sword.
He's hungry for this, and he wants to bring it into a final round situation. But Dragon just
Didn't even have
down
the crushing
two.
blow left. Dragon just wants, go away, leave me alone. Oh.
Scary situation. Tries to anti-cross up. Doesn't work out though. Uh-oh, Rewind. Has to watch out here. Almost has his fatal blow ready to rock, but the dash punch getting
this
met.
is bad. This is bad for Rewind.
Now, can he do it? The wake up 3. Doesn't get scouted out.
No,
the drop! Rewind with a game-losing drop potentially. That's going to be a heartbreaker if Dragon takes this now. Oh no!
And after all that Rewind, that one final drop, I mean, he had fatal blow. I think that would have killed, but wasn't meant to be. And Dragon is able to keep it together on the back of a stressful 3-game comeback. It was another Game 5. Unfortunate to go down that way, but I mean, high pressure, high tension situation.
Rewind really brought everything he had there. It's just a shame that it ended the way it did. That was a great change of momentum. Fatal blow was locked in. Had the chance to go for a leap. I'm pretty sure he had the meter to confirm that too. By all accounts, we should have gone into a final round, but it just goes to show, just at this level of play,
sometimes happen.
One smallest mistake, something as simple as just you dropped your combo, happens to the best of them. There's really nothing else you can say about
more than
that.
others.
Yeah, but the point is, those kind of costly mistakes, in hindsight, they are the easiest ones to correct. You know you had the right choice.
But in that
you had the right
situation,
mind.
that's where it just hurts the most. But I want to say, huge shout-outs to Rewind. Rewind has had a tremendous year of pro competition. Still one of the younger competitors that we have, already an EVO champion, managed to get top 8 of the pro competition for Mortal Kombat 11. Like, the resume just keeps going on and on and on, and I have absolutely no doubt that we'll continue to see tremendous things from this young man as we go through the years. Even though his tournament is over today, it is absolutely not the last time we'll be seeing Rewind.
It's not going to be the end of his journey, and that's the bottom line, but that does mean that Dragon is going to be moving on this bracket into the top 4. So it should be Deoxys, Dragon, NinjaKilla, and SonicFox, our 4 final players in this bracket. And what a crazy day of games it's been.
It has been incredible. Honestly, like, as someone that's been following the scene for a very long time, I honestly could not have asked for more. But it has been a pleasure to commentate this year of the pro competition, especially alongside you, my friend. But we are going to be calling it there for now. We're going to go to a small break while we get our top 4 ready to go. We have the strongest of the players are left ready to go and see who will be the best Mortal Kombat 11 player in the world. So we're going to go to a break for a few minutes. We'll see you guys very soon.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Final Combat 2020. After 16 players, the best 16 players from around the world fought through a grueling bracket, we are now down to the top 4. Each one of these players that's left in the tournament will be taking home at least $5,000, but every single matchup, the stakes go higher. This first match is a $5,000 money match, third place taking home $10,000, and second place will be taking home $20,000. First place will be $40,000 and the coveted title of champion of Final Combat 2020. We thank you for tuning in and for supporting the entire pro circuit, the pro competition, and we continue to showcase this amazing game and these talented players tonight as we finally crown ourselves a champion for this season. Our two commentators are standing by to walk us through the bracket and how we've made it to this moment, and that's Ultra David and Mr. Aquaman. Gentlemen, let's crown ourselves a champion.
And welcome everybody to Final Kombat 2020 Top 4 here in the heart of Mortal Kombat itself, Chicago, baby. We are here making the best with what we got. This is the world championship of our game, and it is the best of the best in this top 4 competing for what is only going to be one, the grand champion of Mortal Kombat here in the 2020-2019 season. In the first year of MK11, it's going to be insane, everyone. This is a culmination of almost a year of competitive tournaments, and this is going to be your top 4, SonicFox and NinjaKilla. Here in the winners finals, on the losers semifinals, we have Deoxys and Dragon. And almost to no surprise, but the paths for everyone, there has been no easy path. There have been, David, we talked about it, so many Game 5s, so many 3-1s, and we'll go over that a bit later, that this may be the best Mortal Kombat tournament I've ever seen. And this is all possible thank you to everyone involved. Warner Brothers, NetherRealm Studio, shouts to Roadrunner Records the entire season. We heard the new music from Trivium in the Spawn trailer itself. Absolute insanity. So shouts to Trivium for their new album and of course for the single here at Final Kombat. And I cannot express my excitement for what's about to happen. My name is Mr. Aquaman.
Hey, I'm Ultra David. And it's true, it's another year of Mortal Kombat, of NRS video games. And for SonicFox, it is just another year. There's SonicFox up on the stage behind us, and they'll be up there in winners finals yet again. It's a situation that not only are we accustomed to, I think, but Fox must also be accustomed to. However,
we were in this position.
We've been here
last season for the Injustice 2.
We have literally
with the same character, with the same player, but
the difference though is that for NinjaKilla, this is not just any year. This is the first year. This is his first competitive season playing Mortal Kombat. That's correct. And in fact, when NinjaKilla began going to tournaments, look, we knew about him from online. There were whispers that he was a hidden god. And when he went to an offline event, he took it. That was how we started things off.
First try. And there are veterans that are seasoned 10-year-old veterans that still cannot do that.
Are you calling me out?
Myself too, so
okay,
I
fair
don't
enough.
feel bad there. But let's go ahead and get in this first match. Let's take it over to Joshua Gray to introduce our 2 players in this winners finals. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our first player from New York City, the people's anti-hero, SonicFox. And his opponent, from Atlanta, the Rookie of the Year, CGL NinjaKilla. Good luck. Commentators, take it away.
Again, even before NinjaKilla came to the offline scene and started running the show, there were rumblings on the internet about which one of these 2 players was better. Was it SonicFox or was it NinjaKilla? Even back then. And that was part of how NinjaKilla came into the tournament scene, was with that kind of hype behind him. And he has absolutely lived up to that hype.
100%.
This is somebody who only made it out to a few majors this year, and in doing so, nevertheless, had a fantastic showing. We're talking about number 3 overall in points, and that was 4th at the online competition, 4th at CEO, 1st at DreamHack Montreal, 3rd at East Coast Throwdown, 1st at NEC. That's quite a path for a year. And in doing so, he did run into Fox a few times.
A few times, 7 times overall throughout the pro competition, with a total head-to-head of 5-2 in Fox's favor. But those 2 victories over Sonic happens to tie the most victories against SonicFox out of anybody on the planet. So if there is someone here that can do it, it is NinjaKilla, and it is the most prepped for the matchup that we are going to see here tonight, David.
Talk to me about whether they've played each other in this matchup before.
You know, happen to see these 2, just like all the other finalists here in the world, practicing practicing yesterday, and the knowledge that I saw implemented by NinjaKilla in this matchup, which we're not even going to get to see, all of that means nothing here as Ninja surprises us out of nowhere with an RKO pick of Johnny Cage.
Which matchups did you see them play?
I was looking for Liu Kang versus Joker here, and Ninja only breaking out. Liu Kang here one time throughout the entire tournament. It's been all Liu Kang. We'll see what the difference is going to be since I saw them play last. SonicFox, of course, coming with Ace of Knaves. Joker, you're going to see a lot of setups, a lot of range, a lot of Jack in the Boxes. Joker here in MK11 happens to bring the biggest arsenal, I think, out of any character I've ever seen besides what we just saw in that Spawn trailer. Are you kidding me?
He's honestly a really fearful opponent. I mean, he's very scary. Great footsies, great mix-ups up close. Good damage. Basically everything you want in a character is in this one.
This character was almost designed with SonicFox in mind. Looking at the range, looking at the way this character resets neutral off of every single touch, gapless, and then on top of that, all of the setups, the way to think ahead, to plan ahead, to set all these traps up.
Super
exactly
ready.
What Sonic has tried to do throughout their competitive career.
Well, SonicFox tried that and immediately ate a shadow kick to the face.
Which is, Ninja has almost the same read that he has with Liu Kang in those situations. With Flying Kick, just replace it with Shadow Kick, and it's almost the same.
Right. Extremely fast with punish tool.
And that's what Ninja almost prides himself. I don't know if he prides himself on it, but from the outside looking in, I pride himself on his reactions.
Incredible reactions, absolutely right. A quick little duck by Fox, allowing him to get some damage. Okay, waking up with the button.
No fear whatsoever, and these two very familiar.
This.
Really good placement of that to do the close Jack in the Box and cover the advancement of NinjaKilla, because he wants to be aggressive and want to whip punish in between.
I mean, the reactions, we were just talking it up, and you can see exactly why right there. Pretty non-committal.
This is right we want. This is right we want to be with Johnny. Take him to the corner, aka jail if you're this character.
Yes.
There's a +6
advantage. That's right. A very late throw, and yet there's NinjaKilla ready for it. Oh, you can really see Fox is trying to mix up the timings. Okay.
Oh, and how many mix-ups are off of that Fatal Blow cancel? 2 characters can cancel their Fatal Blow in this game. We happen to be looking at them. Is there a pattern here?
There you go. Again, neither one taking many risks at all right now.
Has the Fatal Blow back. Actually could have canceled it again right there. And the call out by Ninja on the down 1. Looked like Fox is going for that forward 1. And a all-purpose tool is that forward 1 range when you see the money on fire come out, just like we saw.
NinjaKilla absolutely ready. Yes, finds it. Damage comes.
Gets the side switch and 378 damage for the effort to jump out of the corner. That could have been a risk. And turning things around here for Ninja.
Yes. Fox is really stuck. He's got to find a way out. We haven't seen it yet. Yes. At least a chance for them to escape. Here it is.
Oh,
how often do you see that?
What a rare drop from Sonic right there. That could have led to not only damage, but the setup afterwards. Goes for the throw.
Yeah, extremely deadly throw.
After the Fatal Blow, Joker does get a crushing blow on that throw.
And
310 damage.
Is Joker ready on the crushing blow?
Oh, wait,
this is it? Oh, that's...
Oh,
ba-bam!
Because it was on cooldown when he grabbed, even though it came back during the animation, still able to pop it. And what a call up between the forward 2 and the 1. Insanity to start off this match.
You can definitely see the respect between the two players, not just in the gameplay itself, but in that kind of response by Fox to getting got with a down 2.
This is the tone set. It was that close, and it came down to a read like that. Again, the reactions at NinjaKilla, when I see Joker do a 4-2-1 at me, I'm usually holding it.
Oh yeah, I'm scared.
It's that push to the corner. And this variation does have a mix-up off of that forward 1-4 where, you saw him go for the low option there. Also has the overhead crowbar, which we haven't seen too much of SonicFox actually get the hits into those crowbars to amplify to try to build a crushing blow that way.
Yeah, we've actually seen NinjaKilla break out of a couple of those. I think just to save that. Great, and he went underneath. That was sick.
Oh, here we go. If he amplifies 3 of those crowbars, it gives him access to a very damaging crushing blow.
The great
duck. And this does so much damage, and let's put a smile on that face.
It is damage. On the other hand, there's no more of the tricks with Fatal Blow and the canceling. Well, look, Fox is going to take the round.
At the cost of a health bar, I take it.
Yeah. You got to do what you got to do.
Crazy.
They're the ones making the good decisions in winners finals.
There's the final combat trophy. I picked that up earlier, and, why go to the gym when you can pick up
that was your workout for the day, absolutely.
I think my shoulder's still a little bit thrown out, if I'm being honest with you. And where are you
Not
going?
quite.
Making it through the Jack in the Box and loading up one more towards that crushing blow. I believe we're at 2 total. Always got to keep track of those.
That does have an impact on whether there's going to be a lower and overhead.
Oh, and once again, he's so good at going between the highs and the mids of strings.
I can't believe the whip punish. That was incredible.
Yeah, I saw it head down. He's got loaded. Next hit will do it.
That's
Meatless
right.
on the ground.
A little bit of an advantage. I love
Once again, how many times are we going to see it?
Yeah, it's going for the low. But NinjaKilla can make this comeback. Oh, the super late low. And whether it's amplified or whether there was going to be crushing blow no longer matters right there.
A little disappointed that we didn't get to see the crushing blow right there.
Yeah.
One of the cooler animations.
You can't actually amplify it and get the crush.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of players do make that mistake of not knowing where they're at and just naturally ending that anyway because
it didn't matter in that situation.
Yeah. Here we go, tied up 1 game apiece, and this has just been how this tournament has gone start to end. If you guys are just now tuning in, this has been, in my opinion, the best Mortal Kombat tournament I have ever seen, with almost half of the matches going to game number 5. 12 of 27, was it, David?
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, it's
wow,
the
that was
jump
super weird. Okay.
Look at the hit advantage on that jump.
Oh, huge range on that button. And now amplifying it here, SonicFox gets a chance for pressure. It's been pretty light. Okay.
And off of those things, gets really good Oki as well, but not on that forward throw. But hey, with the health lead, also has some really cool tools to put out on screen to zone with the gunshot. It can put out the amplified Jack in the Box.
Yep, just on cue right there.
Still a turn there. Jack in the Box, about to get another one built, and
Fox has not been able to just do that willy-nilly.
Yeah,
those have been punished.
Ninja's the best in the world at micro-ducking projectiles and getting those punishes.
They
and
had the same idea.
They called each other out for it.
And you saw Joker not able to get the kind of shadow kick punish. Yeah, forward one right into it. What a cancel, and SonicFox takes the round.
And look at that. At the end of the day, come on, what did that cost him, David? Actually, nothing.
No.
Round 2, fight.
That fatal blow going to be going absolutely nowhere. They just start off with a jump kick. He's about to get some big damage.
The fear.
Slice on the breakaway from SonicFox. No entire attempt right there. Once that jump kick is active, that's about your only option in that exact situation.
Yeah, they were definitely playing around that kind of idea, but NinjaKilla got it.
Very hard to do. You guys watching from home, that is blocking that within a 3-frame window and getting a following input. Very tight stuff, but this is why you guys are the best on the planet, David.
Yeah, it's going to be...
I'll save the day.
SonicFox with pressure.
Ooh, the whole string.
Oh, what a block. That is punishable.
You have to be thinking he just wanted to try to get one of those crowbars loaded in that situation. Because, you know, if it's blocked, okay. But hit, just like this, you start to feel a little bit better because the closer you get to that, the more powerful you feel. It's like, you know, gaining power levels.
Yeah, it is exactly like that. The fourth one becomes super damaging. Into the corner. I love the little bat doll, by the way. This character looks so sick.
And the fact that Joker has a wonderful Batman imitation, too.
Yeah, it's great.
It's just icing on the cake here. It's about Jack in the Box. Holds the other one.
Yeah, you can hold it.
If you hold it long enough, it's when the actual
chance
starts.
On punish, yep, and because punish, it's a big old crushing blow.
What I think Sonic wanted there was to get something into the armor and then put down an amplified box to cover that, but the stand forward a little too early, it looked like, and this is just chip territory.
Yeah, I think that's the idea.
Oh, but because he got hit, and that is an unfortunate circumstance to find yourself in.
So now NinjaKilla has to consider whether it's worth sticking with Johnny or the character that you saw last night, and how did that go?
I mean, this is the character that he's known for. Multiple games.
And how did it go when it was Liu Kang versus Joker?
It was pretty free.
Was it pretty free?
But we'll see, because
that was casuals.
Like I also brought up, you know, these guys save a lot of things for this rather than that.
Of course.
But it is the pick to Liu Kang here. Down 2-1, Sonic 1 away from grand finals of Final Kombat. Going up against one of the nemesises of the tour.
Oh, yeah. It's been a great rivalry between these two players this year.
I'll save the day.
Only 3 players have multiple wins over Sonic. Dragon, who happens to be in his top 4.
Oh, yeah.
NinjaKilla here, happens to be in the top 4. And Rewind, who I believe went out and had death.
By the way, sick Joker costume. I love it. Oh, first wake up.
That works because he never wakes up.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just not super common in the top player meta.
And you know, like I talked about, one of those things that they saved up their sleeve was something like that.
Right.
I don't know about you, but I saw fire out there.
Okay. Not quite there on the full thing. And ducking under and down. Wow, okay. Oh, and there was no breakaway. Never mind. Wasn't even an option. SonicFox knew, and now it's match point.
Round 2.
Looking crisp here. Wanted to do it all the way with Joker. Like you talked about. Oh my!
That's incredible. The second hit of the string.
Showing off.
Seriously.
That was just showing off.
Come on.
Could have. Don't just stop it. At this point, you could have done what you did earlier. Make a read, crouch it, and actually get a punish. No. Let's just show off the fact that our reactions are that good.
Yeah, an execution. Okay, ready.
And what was that? A reaction of the movement forward there by Sonic.
NinjaKilla out of there. Didn't want to see the rest. Keeping it safe with the low.
Staying alive here.
Loads it up.
Building a crushing blow of his own with that as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Floss blocked it, but didn't have the defensive meter to
Got him.
put up 3, and that's
the forward throw during that cooldown of the fatal blow.
Half the viewers at home just did the same little wince that I did.
Slowly on the approach. Still on the approach, and Fox has backed NinjaKilla up all the way to the corner.
That was a lot of respect, and now double fatal blow territory. All he did was something there and threw the breakaway. Gets the flying kick. Ninja stays alive.
What awareness to get the flying kick in that situation. That was beautiful.
One of the quickest things.
Absolutely.
That could have come out, and with the damage to kill him through the armor of the breakaway.
Great range, and almost every time NinjaKilla's gotten out of that crowbar, I don't know if there's a crushing blow lined up on it because of that.
Yeah, I think all these breakaways are just to avoid that situation.
That's my guess
and
as well.
That's why
yeah.
we're not seeing it.
Advantage. Yeah, no meter for the up two though. I think that might have been the first time that Fox went for a stagger on that string, and yeah, NinjaKilla was ready.
Yeah, off the forward one there. Gonna get a trade that looked to be in SonicFox's favor. Got tied up on health. All over that throw attempt.
Looking for the corner.
Okay.
Yet again, to get that on the second hit is so wild.
Oh, these two are playing some amazing Mortal Kombat right now. This is fast. Quick reads, quick reactions.
NinjaKilla's alive. It's not quite death.
10 health remaining, and are we gonna go to a game 5? Just another on the night, and Chip is gonna do it. Here we go. Can you believe it?
I can
definitely
believe it.
Right where we left off. Just another game 5 on the night.
And it's going to be Joker still. That's what Fox said. They're going to stick with this character the entire way.
It is down to 1, ladies and gentlemen. Oh,
yep, to the rescue. Oh, no!
Probably a little bit too late on that, and it made Liu Kang flip over a little more than they wanted right there. But some of those things are just real tricky.
Funky choice.
Ooh.
Like these little movements, these little steps. Forward one, but no whip punish. Might have looked for the second hit. Woo! Stolen turn right there. A lot of back and forth in this instance. Oh, down to what a read. A little bit too late. So NinjaKilla actually takes advantage. Chance for pressure.
What's going to be here? Just check it.
1, 2, yeah, both spent. Trying to load up that crushing blow.
Here we go. Here we go. That's going to be the round, and NinjaKilla going into a final round here. All of a sudden, from the depths of what looked like to be SonicFox's victory, now has match point of his own, and crushing blows loaded all over the place. But first blood going to Sonic, but here we go.
What a timing there.
Now that bicycle kick, crushing blow is loaded. Fox has to be worried about every single one of them loaded.
Oh, this is so scary. Fox trying to find a way out of the corner. I don't know if they'll be able to. Another one comes out. NinjaKilla's close.
Life alert here. What's the ring to be down 2 from Sonic to stay alive? Big damage. The setup.
Expecting the breakaway when none came. What a read. That's it.
There's a lot of damage on the screen in the past 20 seconds. Here we go.
They were deleted.
Neutral completely reset. Everybody in here is standing right now in anticipation of what's about to happen. Breaks the throw. NinjaKilla all over it. What's
the micro-attack from NinjaKilla!
The upset of the #1 seed. Ninja is on to grand finals here at Final Combat 2020. There's Mama NinjaKilla in the crowd celebrating. Not over yet, but what a sigh of relief.
Switching back to Liu Kang and doing the work. NinjaKilla. Look, before this top 16 began, these were the two players that everybody was talking about as being the most likely to win. They're clearly extremely talented. They put in the work for sure. They're very well researched. The reactions, incredible from NinjaKilla in a bunch of instances in that. I loved the whiff punishing that we saw. Just fantastic stuff.
The flawless blocks, everything, the micro crouches. That was Mortal Kombat 11 at its highest possible level to date.
I absolutely agree with you.
Which has been what the pro competition has been, from event to event, the level of play has gotten higher across the board from all of these players, right? And to hear the apex of our competitive community. And that's what you guys just saw.
Well, let's hear from that apex with Josh Gray. They're back here.
Hello, hello. Hey, everybody. We're good. We're good. Congratulations, NinjaKilla. This is a gigantic victory, in particular because of the history that you and SonicFox had throughout the entire pro competition. What has that journey been like for you, and how significant is this victory right now?
It's very significant to me because Sonic, he's my kryptonite, man. Like, he always, excuse my language, but he always beats my ass in the offline tournaments, man. It's just hard dealing with him. So, like, winning this, it feels amazing. I feel like I accomplished something,
You have guaranteed yourself at least $20,000 now moving on into the grand final. It's still not over yet. So what's going to be going through your mind as you're going to be down with your friends and fellow teammates preparing for the finals?
One word, just sleep. After this, I'm going to sleep. I'm just so tired, man. I just want to go ahead and get this tournament over with, bro. It's stressful playing tournaments like this, man, especially my first year, It's nerve-wracking. People, they expect a lot from you, so.
Now you know a lot of us have gray hairs after being in these many tournaments, all right? You are the new kid on the block. You're the rookie of the year. Anything you'd like to say to your fans that have supported you to make it to this moment?
I want to say thank you for everyone who supported me, really. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here right now. And I'm going to try. And I'm going to try to win this tournament for y'all, man. I made a promise, so I intend to keep it.
NinjaKilla, ladies and gentlemen, look forward to seeing you in the finals. Congratulations. Folks, we still have a lot more matches until we crown ourselves a champion. Back to the commentators.
Ninja out there saying, an absolute nervous wreck, but you would never in a million years tell by the look on his face in tournament. Would you agree with that?
I think that's true, and even in the gameplay, it's just so rare to see and so hard to see any nervousness.
There's some of that gameplay right there. Crouching the high and in between. How many times did we see that from NinjaKilla?
Yeah, that's right.
Blowing up gaps that you just don't see outside of level of play like this.
Yeah, NinjaKilla makes decisions with such speed. It's not just the reactions in terms of, okay, I'm going to do a whiff punish. It's a very fast decision making, and that's something that's tough to do if you think that you're nervous, right? I mean, it's hard to have the mental fortitude to, at one time, be nervous and also make those right choices, and he's doing it very consistently. Yeah,
there we
chipped
go.
it out.
Yeah,
that's very, very hard to avoid from
Liu
Liu Kang
tie
there.
things up, and in that final round, all of the crushing blows, everything going his way, and we'll see what Ninja's going to do later on in that grand finals. But we're going to go down to the losers semis, where we have our other top 4 players going to be playing for your guys' viewing pleasure. This is going to be a wonderful match, and let's just go ahead and get it started. Let's go to the stage. Joshua Gray, introduce us to our next 2 top 4 players.
Thank you, gentlemen. Please welcome, from Texas, the comeback kid, UYU Deoxys. And his opponent, from Delaware, the defensive master, Beast Coast Dragon. Commentators, let's get this match started. Take it away.
All right. right, here we go. Deoxys versus Dragon. This is going to be a run back from the winner's side, and you know, you have to think, can Deoxys turn this around? It was a 3-0 victory. One of the few here in this top 16. Dragon looked mighty comfortable, controlled the entire screen against Upgraded.
Yeah, and it was very effective in doing so. Absolutely right. You could see a lot of the practice that Dragon has done. This is one of the players who puts in the most time when it comes to practice like that, and the research and you know, tabulating things and putting spreadsheets together and taking notes. He is absolutely prepared. And I saw on the show that you and the other Ryans did, he was talking about how many hours
Just
per
how many
day
hours
he's
he puts
putting
in.
Incredible amount.
Do you remember how many?
Wasn't it 10?
8 to 10 every day for this.
I mean, yo, look.
If you guys want to know,
Here he is in top 4.
If you guys want to know what it takes,
right?
It is that on top of, you talked about the spreadsheets, the folders of footage, everything, the notebooks. This was years ago, and I can only think that he's gotten better at tuning that craft of labbing and putting in the work. But even back in the day when he first started, he had files on players, on characters, on situations that in the lab, you know, if he ever had a question, he could just click, 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 and then there's the answer.
Right.
Which you know, outside looking in, I'm like, I've been doing it wrong this whole time.
yeah.
So that's the work that goes in to these games, you know, at this level, and that's why they're here on this stage.
Yeah, Dragon has a lot of the talent that you need to make this happen, absolutely. But there is that additional level of just always being super prepared. Hard to get around that.
And the matchup he prepared for the most coming into this tournament happens to be Upgraded Jackie. Are we going to see a switch from Deoxys? It was 3-0 in Dragon's favor. As these two players get ready to throw down here in this final combat top 4.
And you know, just a little while ago, Dragon played against Rewind's Jackie.
But that went the distance.
That went the distance. It went down to 3-2.
3-2, very close. I believe it came down to a massive drop by Rewind at the end.
That was part of it,
and then just a huge capitalization on the opportunity by Dragon. And as we say in fighting games, we take those.
Absolutely right. And maybe there was something that Deoxys gleaned from his UIU teammates' loss. We'll see.
But everyone in this final combat deserves to be here. The level of play from start to end, sensational. Let's get into this next match of top 4, and it is going to be Jackie versus Cetrion.
You stood with Shinnok, Cetrion. I stood for nature's balance. Still counts as taking his side.
Look, that's what her mom wanted her to do, all right? Chill out. What are you going to say about that? Come on.
It was canon.
She's supposed to go on the opposite of her mom? Get out of here.
Clutch block early on by Dragon on the low, and I think Deoxys was the one that tried to make the early adjustment and throw the low early rather than overhead shrapnel, or you know, any overhead off the leap. And Dragon with the early call out of the low block.
Wow.
Oh my.
Just beautiful. Suspend this, and Jackie with no way to get out of that. All right, already spent the bar, puts it out there as a meaty, just trying to check the movement. Deoxys is now stuck, has to contend with boulders.
Yeah, there's no downside to throwing that full screen. Full screen guys are not going to get punished for that here against Jackie. And this is just going to be chipping.
What?
What a buffer.
Yeah.
What a buffer.
Seriously.
To work as an anti-air as well, that's next level thinking by Dragon right
there. What a first round right there. We didn't really even see any pressure from Jackie. Oh! Dragon is shutting everything down.
We talked about the preparation for this matchup. We're already seeing it.
This is a matchup where, look, Cetrion's a good zoner. She controls a lot of stuff, but there's so much movement out of Upgraded Jackie that it's hard to really control things. And yet, that's exactly what Dragon's doing.
I had a conversation with Dragon right after that match, actually, that sent him here to losers bracket. And Dragon said this is the most confident he's felt in running the entire thing back.
Okay.
Oh, and you see there, has been working on a lot of option selects, which didn't have the crushing blow loaded as we started the match with it. A lot of option selects to cover all those options off those leaps, and you'll see that on display. That's why you see those flawless block up threes, because
and it is enough, just like that.
And if that brutality was unlocked,
what a first game.
If you guys have Mortal Kombat 11, do that brutality at home and just enjoy it.
You know, that really looked exactly like how it looked the last time they played in Winner's Side.
Yes, just picking up right where he left off.
And we're going to need to see something different out of Deoxys, who, of course, has played many other different characters, primarily Geras in tournament competition.
And casuals, probably the entire cast.
Right.
But that's what these players do. Not only do they learn what to do against every character, they learn every character to learn what to do. which is something that not a lot of people do. You know, they'll lab against the character, but they won't necessarily lab a character.
Jackie Briggs, and on making that selection, he leaned back in his chair, like almost a resigned feeling.
It was almost as if, you know, he's like, this is still my best option.
Right,
it's still
exactly.
my best option here.
It's exactly the vibe that I got as well.
He saw what Rewind was able to do in that match and how close it was. Let's see if he can get some of that magic going here, and how many he's just ran into the walls of Cetrion normals and the literal walls that she'll create on the screen. This entire fight, he has not let Upgraded approach at all, whether by land or by, I almost said by sea, but by ground. At all in this match, and this is the control that we saw earlier. It's just been control.
And understanding too, look, it's not all about just sticking out buttons and stuff, although he's making it work right now. But it's also knowing when not to press buttons, and we've seen really good timings from Dragon on that. Ooh. What a dog. And that should be the round. Well, maybe close.
Stand forward to the geyser. The last time gonna do it. Nope, but gonna eat that anyway, and no defensive bar. No last breath available to save him. Dragon looking strong still.
Oh, yeah. Versus that 950 health Jackie.
Tossing boulders, trying to make the big read there.
Man, you see that big rocky cloud sailing through the skies?
And that's kind of the beginning of the OS that he has, is that her backdash allows her to kind of move a little bit to create a whiff opportunity and a flawless block opportunity at the same time.
Ooh. In there. But then, and Dragon's done this before too, he's waking up with buttons pretty often, and yet again. So Deoxys has not really been able to inflict any meaty pressure.
Even though Dragon's back to the wall here, going to be comfortable as can be. Does have an away teleport, but nope, just content.
Yeah, it feels comfortable, clearly.
With fighting his way out. Which is
and mission accomplished. No, it's not easy to do, and especially at this level, but there's Dragon doing it all the way to mid-screen.
I know I sweat gallons when my back is to the wall. I feel like I'm in prison to stand for. Hello. Nothing like a Jean-Claude Roundhouse coming out of Mama Cetrion here, and the control.
This character is not just about the zoning, folks. I mean, you can see the pressure right there was real.
And he is so comfortable, whether he's full screen, up close, playing nooch, mid-screen. He's has equal comfort level anywhere.
And patience, and look, there was time running out anyway. Only 16 seconds left. Dragon was looking for the stand box in those situations. He was willing to eat the low, no big deal, not a lot of damage on that.
And even in a situation where eating the throw is probably the best opportunity, was still able to tech it. Because in those situations, there's only a couple of seconds left on the clock, 10, 15 seconds, and you have a health lead like that, you can eat throws until the time runs out, and we saw that.
Did he say Raiden? Is that what the announcer said in my ear?
No way.
Yeah, it's Raiden.
Wait a minute.
I'm seeing him up on the stage. It's going to be Raiden. So he's gone. He has lost 5 in a row versus Dragon in this matchup of Jackie versus Cetrion. He's tired of it. It's going to be Raiden coming out to play.
We've been looking for these surprise picks all Final Combat. We get a massive one and an accidental wall coming out from Dragon there to stop the teleport in. And this is just...
Look, if you're worried about her zoning and her control, this mobility is one way to deal with it. And yet, like I said, it's not just about zoning for Cetrion. Here's Dragon in the corner, pressuring.
Right
dealing
now,
damage.
I don't think the matchup matters at all. Every single read Dragon has made. And are we going to start this off with a flawless victory? Just needs to chip out at this point, and he's got it. Oh, my goodness.
It's worst case scenario for Deoxys right now. And maybe he was right when he thought before. Oh, Jackie's my best hope. Maybe he was right.
Let's see if he can get something going here. Has been playing a lot of Thunderwave. You know, if you follow him on Twitter, watch his streams. Has been a surprise pick for him. I think just has to get going. Just has to find some breathing room.
And right back into the corner.
Oh, all of these staggers, all safe on block, and with that pushback, that you're really afraid to press the button because of the stand ones that could follow.
Look at this corner control Cetrion right here.
And you know, everyone's
trying to get there in time. Not quite.
Everyone thinking Cetrion's just a zoner. Watch
no,
this
I'm
round.
Telling you, yeah,
watch this round right here.
This whole game. This whole game has been that bad. She did 400 damage last round.
Push yourself.
Dragon's in here, threatening to eliminate the Deoxys 3-0. The good old-fashioned double jeopardy, and that's what's going to come.
That's going to do it. The down 2 Dragon, another 3-0 victory over Deoxys. Dominant performance, and you got to like the confidence that I think is going to be on Dragon's mind going into the next match. The run back against Oh, no run back. It's actually going to be SonicFox.
No, it's going to be SonicFox. So at this point...
That's a history right there.
Well, there's a lot of history right there, and that will indeed also be a matchup of two players who have lost to NinjaKilla. That's the only people. The only dude who's beaten them is the one waiting in Grand Finals.
So, to almost no one's surprise, our top 3 here are our top 3 seeds from the pro competition.
Right.
But it wasn't easy. I think all of them had to face a Game 5 situation, or one situation that may have made them sweat a little bit. That's terminology here. A lot of the players here, these are some sweaty matches between each other, and that rock hitting at the very last second in the last replay.
That's gorgeous.
Oh, no,
no, the face. Yeah, we've all been there.
All we can say is that it does happen here. The dash up down 2 to close things out, and there was nothing that Deoxys could have done about that. That was just a guaranteed down 2, no breakaway available. When you're locked into that geyser, you're just locked in.
Look, just a fantastic performance from Dragon in that. That's really what it was. Deoxys is certainly one of the best players in the world, and yet gets 6-0'd today in 2 matches by Dragon.
But fourth in the world. Fourth in the world, David. Incredible stuff.
Sure, yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, ends up in 4th place.
Yep, and so we are going to go ahead and go to Joshua Gray, who's going to have a word with our winner of that match. Dragon, take it away, Josh.
Thank you, gentlemen. Dragon, congratulations. This is a significant victory. You are guaranteed for 3rd place. You're taking home at least $10,000. But I want to focus more on all the effort you made before this matchup, because you surgically eliminated Jackie amidst these matches. So what was it like to train for that moment, and how does it feel for such a big payoff?
Yeah, I mean, it feels amazing. It's funny that I did beat all the upgraded Jackies, and she was my main focus for the past month. I mean, I played her every single day versus bunch of players, and shout outs mainly to Rio, not Ario, and Silver Ride. They helped me get really good at that matchup, and just playing every single day for 8 to 10 hours and seeing that amount of practice and dedication, it's nice to see that it pays off.
Now your next match is up against SonicFox, kind of the Mortal Kombat Classic, if you will. If you do defeat Sonic, you move on to the Grand Finals and face NinjaKilla. Right. Who would be a tougher opponent for you at this moment?
That's a tough question. Usually I would say Sonic, but I honestly think it's kind of even. I feel confident versus both actually right now, even though I did lose to Ninja. I still feel confident that I can take this whole thing.
And that confidence is going to be key. Any final shout-outs?
Shout-outs to everyone here, everyone at home watching, and, let's win. Let's play some Mortal Kombat.
Let's play some Mortal Kombat. Congratulations, Beast Coast Dragon. Folks, we're only a few matches away before we crown our champion. Let's head back to the desk.
Dragon talked about Jackie and how he prepared for her, and it was a really good thing that he did, because he had to play her a bunch of times today. He had to play her against Deoxys to start. Well, sorry, Nivik to start, then Deoxys. Then, of course, we saw later on it was Rewind as well, and then Deoxys in the run back. So 4 different times, and Dragon came up on top each of those times.
Absolutely, and we are not going to have Jackie in our top 3.
Nope.
And one of the big storylines coming into Final Kombat was that character and the strength of it. But, I think that what we're seeing here is the strength of the players.
Of course.
With a mix of the characters in, and that, preparation pays off against a character like that. That to, everyone else may feel overwhelming, but with preparation, like you saw from Dragon, you could do that.
I guess you could just do that.
Good luck trying that at all.
You could just do what he did.
Yeah, you could.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Well, look, it's not like, speaking of characters, it's not as if these 3 remaining players are using bums of characters. These are all good.
Pretty good. Oh, they're okay. And let's go and talk about the matchup.
Okay, so this will be Dragon versus SonicFox.
Yes, and this is the most played matchup on the pro competition as far as head-to-head, as who's here at Final Kombat. 8-2 in SonicFox's favor throughout the pro competition. That's
okay. And if I recall correctly, at least one of the times when Dragon won, it was actually in winner's side before Grand Finals, and then Fox made the comeback in Grand Finals.
this year,
right?
And was able to reset the bracket and take it. This has been a tournament demon of Dragon's since the start of his young career in MKX,
Oh, yeah.
but has had those moments of overcoming it. and just needs another one here today. And all it takes is one good performance, because what's been incredibly difficult for not only a lot of people, but especially Dragon, is beating SonicFox twice, which is not what he has to do here. Just has to do it once.
That's true, yeah. And there you see the path that we're talking about. NinjaKilla is just hanging out. He'll play against the winner of SonicFox and Dragon. You know, I'm looking at the stats, and it appears that the same thing happened, Dragon versus SonicFox, where Dragon wins in winners, and then Fox makes comeback in losers, in grand finals, I should say, at ECT as well. So that happened at CEO and ECT.
That was their most recent kind of head-to-head. There was at East Coast Throwdown, which was, you know, second to last premier stop on the pro competition. So again, I would piggyback off of him saying that he's going to be confident in that, because he only has to beat him once.
Sure, yeah, and clearly, you know, there's been some time since then, and Dragon obviously has put in an incredible amount of work and is only here because he lost 3-2, just as SonicFox did, but 3-2. And if you recall, when Dragon and NinjaKilla played earlier, NinjaKilla was up 2-0.
Yeah, that was almost a reverse 3-0.
Yeah, Dragon almost reversed it. Almost.
And in that same conversation I had with Dragon, said that, you know, felt really good with the adjustments that he made on the fly in that matchup, you know, picking up on what NinjaKilla was bringing to the table and adapting. So we'll see if that comes into play here. The adaptation, going to need it here against a tricky character in Ace of Knaves Joker.
As many times as you play against somebody, in casuals, in tournament, there's always more adaptation to be made.
Your mommy dearest likes stacking the deck.
All existence adheres to Kronika's design.
Not once I start shuffling the cards.
Okay. Is this scripted? Because Sonic has a deck of cards on them.
That's true.
And has been doing magic tricks all weekend long.
Yep, you're right. So for Joker, you know, I think many of us think he's a very strong character, but maybe dealing with zoners is the only thing I've seen people say is difficult for him.
Yeah.
And this is a match where that's largely what this is going to be about, so I'm really curious to see how Fox deals with that. Right, great movement speed, as you can see.
Yeah.
Does have options like this that will move full screen.
Has a really good forward dash to get aggressive with, and just needs to hit, I think, is all Sonic's gonna need to find here against the force of nature that is Cetrion.
This isn't force of nature, Cetrion.
I know, a force of nature. A force of nature, Cetrion. Happens to be the name of another variation.
Keeping it a little bit slow on some of these staggers here. Lots of safety.
Woo!
Beautiful keep up, but not quite there. Okay, finds it.
Was
what, the single hit confirm?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, it was pretty good. Yeah.
Intentional enough of this is death. So much damage. One of the best.
I love Joker this game, man. They did such a good job.
One of the best mid-game taunts right there. About to pour gasoline on himself.
Right.
Confetti.
Look at his suit. It was all nice and white and clean.
Okay, so earlier I thought that those were flower patterns.
Oh no!
When I looked up at the screen, and it turns out it's not.
No, it's not exactly flower patterns.
This
comes into the crushing blow on this.
This is Mortal Kombat. There will be blood.
Putting up a wall. Back to the wall just like that, though.
You know what? There. My back's to the wall, but here's one for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not that crushing blow, Sonic. Use it. Oh!
Little lucky.
The crowbar coming into play. Swinging that over their head and saved by the Jack in the Box and go for the chip out.
That was going to be
Almost
huge
there.
if that had hit. Look at this. SonicFox trying to chase back in. Dragon knows, and so being tricky with the movement here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Sending it in from the sky.
And that huge range down 4 on Joker.
And there's only the amplified version that comes back down. You know, the regular version just goes up as an anti-air and as a combo extension in the corner. But you can throw that up into the. What's crazy about that is that you can amplify it, throw it up to the sky, and you don't know where it's coming down. It's a little tricky to make a read and go forward, but they did the close one and get bopped, or make a read that they did the close one and stay mid, and then they did the mid one. A lot of cool stuff you can do off that.
Fresh from the dry cleaners, the suit's back.
So tricky, and that just fits the Joker profile.
Yeah, it's awesome. Oh, a little bit of a whiff. And then Dragon didn't believe. Gets the grab. Now, interesting that Dragon is really not doing that much of the type of zoning. I think the movement that Joker can bring to bear
is just solving that.
And you know, maybe looking out for those amplified jack in the boxes.
Sure,
you know, goes for the jump back, goes for a Hell's Wrath, and the trade is going to be in Joker's favor to close the gap. Hello.
Okay. Right back into things. And right there for Amidi as well.
Really
It's
good
the
knockdown
grab.
off that. That's just a win-win-win. You know, maximize your damage, load the crushing blow, and you have a great situation on knockdown for yourself.
The sound design on that forward throw in my ears is killing me. Each time I think that I've run into something in real life.
Those boxing gloves?
Yeah.
Wait till you guys see Variation 3 in tournament where it happens an awful lot. Another crowbar.
Is this loaded now, or is this number 2? It's 2 or 3, I don't know, we'll see.
Oh man, if I was facing Fox right now, I wouldn't know. I lost count myself. Gets a flawless block with no punish.
That was
There's the pickup. That's a huge cash out. 200 on the breakaway. Still a lot of damage. Stay in the corner. Stay in the corner, says Fox.
Harassing.
Whoa!
Underneath, and there is no breakaway here.
Has it loaded. Yeet!
Woo, the damage, and just, it was going to be chip. I mean, that was it.
So we didn't get to see it versus Ninja in the winners finals, but that was everything that we were trying to build up with that crushing blow. You know, you want to talk about a cash out? That's a cash out.
Oh,
right
yeah,
there.
absolutely.
To go from just a couple of hits into 400 plus just like
Right,
that.
right.
But you have to earn it. Landing 3 of those, as you saw, was not the easiest thing to do, especially with all these breakaways.
Now, I think Dragon went to character select. Yeah. Not expecting a change in character, but spend a little bit more time here.
Yeah.
Try to get your
Reload the
focus
stage,
back in
you know,
gear.
different interactables.
Yeah, that's true.
Dragon here at Final Combat has, I've seen him be the most optimal with interactables, using interactables to do the most damage because Cetrion's normal combos don't do an awful lot.
Yeah, comboing strings into the interactables.
Which I never thought about is incredibly optimal, but really specifically for this character. I wonder if there was some design in mind behind that. Oh!
Wow.
That was a little bit of revenge from last game.
That's right, yeah.
That 1-2 with Joker's having a big ol' hitbox.
Jumps
Here's
right
one.
on over. Yeah, loads up number 1. And into the grab.
Oh, that's a good sound right there.
Man.
The sound design at NetherRealm Studios, I don't think can be topped. When it comes to fighting games, it is sensational.
Using that as just a way to move forward into the corner here. Yeah, that's safe. It's going to be plus even. Yeah, safety. You can really see the strength that Joker has. This is not like last year where SonicFox is playing Joker because they think it's hilarious and beating everybody. This is actually super legit.
Is this going to be match point? I think so. It was enough.
It was definitely enough. Yeah, it's match point here.
Makes it rain confetti.
Dragon in big trouble. Not
Match
the kind of
point
result
now
he wanted.
for Sonic to set up the rematch with Ninja. Went to a game 5 in that winners finals. Will be back-to-back 3-0s here on the loser side to set it up.
In there in time, and that means it's a crushing blow. Dragon forced to get off the bar. It's safety, yes. And the pickup!
You want to talk about stealing a turn?
Right? Okay.
That was even stealing a turn. That was stealing a hit. Corner we go.
So Dragon really hasn't been able to zone. Maybe the pressure will work better? Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, goes directly into it.
There. And this is not a fatal blow that you will find yourself being able to use very often at all with Cetrion, and that's why Dragon's just going to burn it here, get a health lead, and try to fight, scrap his way back to this match.
Okay, jump in with the jump kick. We haven't seen that much offensive stuff out of Dragon until really that last round.
Final round.
And sealing it with the jump in.
That may have been the first jump in I've seen him do, like first jump kick.
And I think so.
They're open now.
Right back into it. He thinks to himself, okay, why wasn't I doing that before?
Save the day.
What's so scary is you know, one dash, 2 dash, and then he's in that like forward 2 range to play with.
Yeah,
Forward
Joker
dash
moves
goes really
so
far.
fast.
Reactor frames on that wall. Nice movement by Sonic to get out of the normal range, even after the recovery of the teleport.
Okay, important block and the crushing blow. Dragon is making his way back here. Oh yeah, life advantage. can zone if he prefers.
Yep.
At least
Built
for a
the
little
space.
bit. Yeah, the
Look
space is here.
Look at that, 2 dashes in range.
Okay, Dragon makes a comeback.
Put out the active frames, was ready for the aggression out of Sonic. We got ourselves a match here. When Sonic was up 1 round there, it was looking a little bit desperate, but you know, a little more aggressive. Just the reads working out, I think, in that final round. Stop the approaches of Sonic. Even trying to make a big read there. That's when you're confident in yourself. You know, you're like, I want to make this read, but I'm going to make the read the riskier way and with the bigger reward. With the geyser rather than a Hell's Wrath in that same situation, right?
What a spacing right there by Fox. And they get the corner because of it here. Yeah, again, huge range on that down 4.
Oh! Okay! Only happened because the wall absorbed a projectile and then sent the rocks towards the face of Joker.
Yeah, got it, and does spend the crush and blow here. So forces Fox to come off the meter. Really block then grab, okay.
Those are those ballsy decisions that we talked about earlier. If you block a jump in and your natural instinct is to just throw.
Well, it was a pretty high jump in,
Yeah.
so it was probably not plus.
Ooh, speaking of plus.
Fox just chipping away the boxes there.
Another one, one more, one last breath available for Dragon. Teleported in place.
Yeah.
What a mind game. And wait a minute.
Oh no. Oh, that might have been it. There are these chances here. Hold on. Dragon, maybe one more hit. Can he stay through this? Oh, he's battling. Battling, Chip.
Absolutely shocked.
Oh,
no.
shot with the boulder in her hand.
I'm shocked Dragon didn't come off all of the resources there into Fatal Blow. Could have done it, the guys who could have gone to Fatal Blow. I don't know if it would have killed because of scaling,
Yeah, right,
but it would have put Sonic on life alert here.
What a backdash out of Fox. They just got out of the way. Keeping it pretty safe with that low. Very consistently, only taking the risk on the overhead a couple of times.
What a read. The end of that string, I believe, is only -2 with some pushback, which is what everything we've seen out of Sonic does. Resets neutral with pushback. And for they're going to read that? Incredible. But we also didn't see the flawless block on that string earlier.
Empty jumps into the grab. I like it. Gutsy stuff. Maybe looking for flawless block.
Even Batman joined the party. Overdashed. Dragon with the reactions.
Whiff punish, at least for a little bit of a damage.
This is so fast right now, David.
Trying to get out.
The cancel pickup, and he's going to come with a breakaway, and this is going to do it, I think.
It's close.
Oh! 22 health remaining.
Alive, but difficult. That's quite a bit of chip. Cannot get shot.
Ooh, took the risk.
The range was just off in the second hit of the geyser wasn't enough.
Do you think that if you would have dashed into the active frames in the first one, that they would have I don't know.
Maybe.
Well, what a match. Sonic gonna get the rematch with Ninja. Game 5 on the winner's side. We're down to our final 2. And I think coming in, you know, you talked about it. These were the top 2 that I think everyone was talking about coming in as you know, when you talk about favorite to win, when you MVP of the season, both of these guys, you know, with the most victories, probably with the highest win percentages versus everyone else here.
For sure.
You know, breaking it down. And here we find ourselves.
Yeah, I don't think it's a big surprise. Yeah, it is hard to live up to that kind of thing, you know, those expectations. But those expectations are there for a reason. As you can see, there's a lot of damage. To be fair. Yeah, those expectations are well deserved. They don't come out of nowhere. This is, in NinjaKilla, certainly one of the greatest fighting game players of all time.
What a punch there. And this is one of the
continues
greatest.
to do it in MK and NinjaKilla, I should say, is waiting in Grand Finals. I feel like has that level of talent, and you can't make any proclamations one way or the other in a player's first season of playing, right? But I do see that talent that could allow that kind of future appellation
To put things in perspective, we still don't think that he's real. A lot of us in the community. We're pretty sure he's part robot.
Well, if so, sign me up for those robot hands, man. I want a pair of those.
Absolutely. But still, one of the best rivalries in our community is SonicFox versus Dragon. Glad to see them still duke it out here on the biggest stage in our game. We're going to see it again. We know that we are. And let's go ahead and send it over to Joshua Gray, who's with Sonic now.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. That's right. SonicFox has guaranteed at least second place and is taking home at least $20,000. Now, throughout this entire tournament, you said publicly you were committed to Joker. What is it about Joker that you love so much?
The thing about I love about Joker the most is that his personality is he's insane. He's just like crazy. He's funny. He's goofy. He's like, and he does setup. He's like everything I could want in a character. Last year at the FPS finale, I had won with Joker, and it's really sick that I made it this far only using Joker to second. I'm that close to trying to win again with Joker in a completely different game.
You're definitely making the Crown Prince of Crime very proud, I bet. So let's talk about this journey that you've been on as one of the best fighting game players of all time. Unfortunately, you lost against NinjaKilla, who's one of the youngest players to be participating in this tournament. Who's kind of the older guard now as we're seeing younger people coming in. What are your overall thoughts with the skill and the increase in numbers that we're seeing with Mortal Kombat? Do you think things are in a good place right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the new youngins coming in to really show the veterans and stuff is kind of sick. And NinjaKilla being one of them is kind of godlike. I'm definitely out for revenge right now, but he's just a reminder I need to stay on top of my game. It's really, really sick.
And then finally, SonicFox, anything you'd like to say to all the fans and everybody that's been supporting you since day one?
Thanks for always following me. You already know what's good. Trans rights, obviously. Shout out to the furry community that's always been part of me. The Kill Stage and the Goons back at home. Yerp. Yeah, yerp. Vote Bernie. That's it.
Thank you very much, SonicFox. I'm going to let you get ready for your final matchup.
Now that we've had so far today. It's going to be grand finals like Josh said, but let's take a look back just briefly. Here's the top 8 to refresh your memory. SonicFox ended up beating Dragon. That was 3-1. Dragon was there after beating Deoxys 3-0 yet again, just like happened in earlier top 16. But other than that, some close ones in the one right before that. Deoxys and Kombat was very close. Shout out to Kombat for making it as far as he did. Super,
Indeed.
super strong player.
3-2 Dragon over Rewind. That losers quarters finals was what was the bloodbath that everyone thought that this entire weekend would look like,
and mostly did look like.
And it's exactly what we got. Even the winners finals to start off this top 4, go into a game number 5. This grand finals, NinjaKilla, SonicFox, looking like the 2 best Mortal Kombat players on the planet. They're gonna be playing each other for the title of the best Mortal Kombat player on the planet. Cannot wait to see these 2 go at it once more. And it's just been the reactions of NinjaKilla versus, of course, the immaculate reactions of SonicFox.
They both got all the things.
But
honestly.
it's been him getting his way out of the setups and stopping Sonic from getting going with these hard reads, or really good reactions. It feels like
I feel like that probably is what it is.
It's a mixture of both. It might be when it comes to Ninja. It's really fun to watch. He's one of the best players to watch, to look at and go, wow, that's possible. And that's what I feel like every time I watch Ninja.
Right. Yeah, again, some of those follows blocks in the middle of strings when the first hit whiffed, that was really impressive.
I've been one of the unlucky few to play him in tournament.
Okay.
This year,
yeah,
it changed
and
me.
you're on the commentary desk.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to enter again. If I'm being honest with you.
It's over.
And
talent like that up there?
But I felt like how most people feel after facing someone like that. Right. And it was just a shell shock of, boy, I got work to do.
Totally. Well, look, they just played. It was, of course, 3-2. NinjaKilla began that with Johnny.
Yes.
And is sealing it with Liu Kang. We know that for Fox, it's going to be Joker. They've been talking about that the whole time.
Has a cushion to play with that winner's side, too.
That is true.
Coming on the winner's side, SonicFox will have to beat NinjaKilla twice. And
that's the reward right there.
I don't think we've talked about it. But that trophy, I think the coolest trophy that I've ever seen.
It really might be. Yeah,
it is actually
absolutely unique.
For everyone at home, I don't know if it's been mentioned by the commentators, but I got to pick it up, and it's about a good 50 to 70 pounds. That's a real Shao Kahn hammer.
It's so cool. Yeah, that would be a great thing to take home, and one of them will. Yeah, you're right, though. NinjaKilla does come into this.
I don't know if either of these 2 could actually pick it up, though.
Oh, I'm not sure how many people in this room could, man,
but we will find out later on. It looks like these 2 are getting set to play their match.
With that in mind, with the idea of having a set to spare in mind, if you come into this on winner's side, you only need to win 1 3 out of 5 set, right? Whereas SonicFox, they're going to have to win 2 3 out of 5 sets. Maybe there is more room here for NinjaKilla to start with Johnny. On the other hand, Liu Kang is what ended up sealing the deal, so maybe just go right at it.
What kind of universe creates you?
One with a sick sense of humor.
Ain't that the truth?
It must not have elder gods.
A little bit of beef between these two. Here we go, grand finals, everybody. Let's make some noise. We got a little bit of a crowd here. Let's go. If you guys are watching from home, go crazy in the chat. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, finds it and gets right into this, trying to load up that crushing blow. You saw how much damage that did versus Dragon.
Ooh, the first 4-3 we've seen out of Sonic here in this top 4.
All safe.
Earlier, Ninja stole the turn right there, and Sonic over that, quick reversal of that forward one. Doesn't want to give it up this time around. Pushing NinjaKilla closer to the corner.
Yeah, I like the timing on that sweep. I think the fact that it was a little later was not what Fox expected.
Very safe on block with huge pushback.
Yeah.
That's an awkward sweep.
Right.
Oh, to the corner we go. Covers the breakaway, but the full delay.
Still
Not ready.
Though, and this is just going to be a chip kill, I would think. Yeah,
Possibly
matter.
tried to disrespect with a wake up 1-2-3, which is the Liu Kang special. I can't even call it a Ninja special at this point. And I love the interview with Sonic talking about Ninja and how it's someone that's making him realize, just how prepared he has or they had to stay.
Oh yeah.
To stay at the top.
Absolutely right.
Because the competition has gotten closer and closer and closer. I feel like the older our community has gotten.
Absolutely right. Yeah. Loads up 2 of them here. Of course,
as we witness the future of competitive Mortal Kombat.
It's here.
I'll save the day.
That cracks me up every time.
Every time I do it, I have to say it as well. Ooh!
Wow, again, that's so impressive. Out of the corner, beautiful.
Quick reversal of the position. And that's something you'll only see out of someone like Ninja. It's not just optimal play in combos and situations. Like a situation that was optimal.
Extremely fast thinking. A little bit of a strange timing, but NinjaKilla was ready for it right there. That's Fox. Oh! Here's the hit, and immediately into the confirm. And that will be game number 1 for SonicFox, and pretty solidly, honestly.
What has... Covering your guys' screen. One of the hardest things to do is to beat Sonic twice.
Oh, yeah.
I talked about it earlier. It was a massive thorn in Dragon's side, this pro competition. Dragon was so close to 2 victories in those premier events. And it was because Sonic was given the information of the first set, able to dissect it, take it in, make adjustments.
Well, and
is that what we're seeing here?
As you mentioned before, when they have played each other throughout the year, most of the time Fox ended up on top.
Yeah, 5-2 now, 5-3 coming into this grand final. Getting closer. Once again.
Pretty consistent. He might be pretty good at this game.
He's okay. He's just false blocking everything, crouching every single high, blowing up every single, pretty decent. Trying to understand one. And builds a little bit of that crushing blow.
Yeah.
Steps back, builds the space again because it's almost like he's getting out of the 4-2 range to try to make it whiff every single time with that backdash.
False block from Fox. You can definitely see more of that out of NinjaKilla than out of Fox. And now, okay, yeah, starting things. At least, look, if nothing else, he can get one of these loaded up for the crushing blow. Fox still in there. No, not for long. That's going to be the round.
And so ready. Detected the throw and had that 1-2-3, probably buffered it in the middle of the actual animation of the throw tech. I wouldn't be surprised.
Right back in. And that's, I believe, 2 on that now. Again, they need 3.
310 and a broken spine. Sugarcoating, you're still in the corner here against Ninja. Wow,
lovely movement.
Was that a wave dash out of Sonic right there? That was looking pretty ice skatey.
Oh yeah, moving.
Try to hit that crushing blow of the overhead. No real mix up there, so but really safe. Block.
Ready, but no offensive bar. Okay, well, that's
and that wasn't a punish. He actually caught Sonic pressing a button right there. You saw the counter hit. That's so scary to throw against Ninja here.
Okay, interrupts and into the combo. Okay, now this is fully loaded up.
Next
Fox
hit
is a big threat. Absolutely right.
Fatal blow or not.
I think that might have been the only thing that wouldn't have killed, to be honest. Oh, but still in there is SonicFox.
Ninja you know threw out a micro duck right there. That's the only reason that the forward one hit.
Okay, yep.
Either micro ducked or try to do that 1-2 so fast in that what seemed like a neutral situation. Whoa, traded off of it.
Did that work? Was that a combo?
That sure was. That's a first for you guys at home. That's a first for me anyway. Trading off of that forward too. Very rare to see that here in MK11. The air going. The NinjaKilla the full pickup. Hello. That's a free option select too. Any aerial fireball into the flying kick. Very similar to the jump kick.
But no defensive bar for the up 2.
And things will get even if Fox land one hit with that crowbar loaded.
Oh yeah, for sure. And NinjaKilla knows that, hence a lot of blocking here.
All the flawless blocks out. Ooh!
What a turn! He stole it.
Crouches to stand 1.
Yeah, shoots for the fences and nothing on the tech there for Fox. That said, with Fatal Blow and with that crush lined up, oh, not in time.
Ooh!
Escape failed.
Gets the throw.
NinjaKilla was looking for the back throw. What a genius, but it didn't work out.
But the downside of that is that it resets the entire screen.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
The forward 2 was right there, barely misspaced on that.
It is a ton of damage, but as a result, Fox could not quickly get back in.
That is the downside to that forward throw.
That was the downside.
Oh, look at that. Even the phone is custom there. Oh, starts off with the secret. Sweet. 2 games away from being your final combat champion. NinjaKilla here. And I believe flying kick can punish that. But Fox hasn't done it because last night I saw him do that an awful lot, and the adjustment was not doing it at all.
Okay.
And finally thought that the conditioning was there to throw it out.
Interesting.
And didn't go punished. The mind games between these guys.
Absolutely. The timing.
Whoa! That was a cheeky little combo. Right?
Yeah, looking for breakaway for sure. And SonicFox with their own interruption right there.
Able to break away, but he's full delaying to avoid the blocks under that.
Little duck, and that should be the round.
Oh, and 9 away from the kill. Let him load that up as well. We've run 1 or 2.
I believe. I don't know, dude. What game are we on?
Yeah.
In my ears. I'm wearing this headset. Come on.
It's the metal in those gloves. There's no padding. That's what it is.
No.
There's zero padding.
You think the
That's
Joker would use padding?
Joker's
Come on.
fighting dirty out here.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is. Just as you were talking about.
And that's something that is the adjustment coming into today versus what I saw yesterday is that there were an awful lot of punishes because they're used to getting away with that against everybody else.
370, and by the way, the crushing blow on deck. Oh,
yeah,
that's it. The follow-through continued. I love it.
Wait a minute.
All right.
Also, if you have it unlocked at home, or if you don't, look for it, the brutality on that.
I haven't seen it.
Unreal.
Yeah, okay. All right. Was there a switch? Nope. Right back to Lou.
2-1 now for Sonic.
Not quite there.
For everybody new to this style of format, if SonicFox wins another game, it will reset and it will go back to 0-0.
Yeah, you got to think about SonicFox being in loser's side bracket right now. If they beat NinjaKilla, then NinjaKilla effectively is also sent to loser's side.
He essentially have to send Ninja to losers and then play again.
That's how it works.
Whereas on the flip side, Ninja just has to win this set. Just win 1 set of the 2.
I wonder why Fox is doing that.
And we didn't see it at all on the winner's side, not one. Ooh, put up the close one. That's the mix-up. Ninja heads in on that forward movement. That's a punish.
Oh, that was definitely an up.
Yeah, putting the flawless block up too.
Yep. A little bit of patience. Fox trying to make it happen. No.
Almost falling back to the pattern of being able to get away with it.
Great blocks, great defense right there by NinjaKilla. Only needs a little bit more. That's it. Fox finds the hit. The setup is here. Nope. Never mind. NinjaKilla's away.
What a backdash to get out of that throw range, too.
Close the board when it works and canceled. And so as a result, SonicFox saves the fatal blow and also
saves the crushing blow on the throw.
Reset point.
As if it never even happened. Well, that's going to be a punish and no breakaway. Big damage, big setup on deck. Oh, just capped with 359.
Oh,
Still
yeah,
a lot
that's
for.
nice. Look at this.
Oh,
Out
sorry,
of the
sorry.
corner. NinjaKilla clearly looking to tech to stay in the corner, and that's what everybody would expect. And it hits. It just raw. Is that it? Oh, it wasn't. It wasn't. Fox, I think, thought it was.
I think Fox just wanted to save the bar at that point. I think he wanted to amplify that for the chip. It'll keep possible plus frames. The longer it travels and Joker can follow it in, can create those opportunities. This is looking like we might have a reset. It's holding the puppet!
So cute. You'll pay for this, Joker. Pipe down, pipsqueak.
Held the whole thing out! He was punished anyway!
I wasn't going to say a word over that guy. And it is a match. What an absolute incredible game right there.
And the fatality reset us. Which one did you go? Ooh, it's the cake. My favorite part is the, oh!
Fatality.
It's a really heavy sign.
The Joker wins.
Welcome to Final Kombat, everyone. Bracket is reset one set to determine the greatest Mortal Kombat player on this planet.
Will there be
Fox
a
making
switch?
the adjustments.
Yeah, definitely they did.
Talked about how hard it was to beat them twice.
Yeah,
on this Pro Tour.
Almost nobody does it. And now it's reset. This will be them being at 0-0.
And what I feel it
winner
is-
of the next 3 out of 5 set will take Final Kombat.
What I feel it is just giving the information from the first set, thinking about it, and taking it into that second.
Round 1, fight.
Okay, so sticking with Liu. Yeah. Makes sense.
Ooh, that was a big changeup already here on the reset. Cool pickup there. Gonna hold the box, gets the flying kick punish. I think Sonic's trying to do that to bait out wake up buttons. Because if you overhold it, you're just sitting there ready to get hit.
Yeah. Advantage there. NinjaKilla continues it. Building some damage for himself. And Fox, uses a little head to approach for him. And again.
That's really smart use of that to close the gap. Against a strong zone.
It makes sense.
Liu Kang definitely a strong zoner here in MK11. That low projectile, nightmares.
Yeah, well, just one of the best
Most
characters in general.
Pretty good.
And taking advantage of SonicFox, and this does so much damage.
How
I
many
think that's the
times
round.
is Sonic gonna get this where it perfectly kills? I think this is gonna, well, actually.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
My.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't even close, it turned out.
Oh, my. But how many times, just outside of that 30% range, getting that forward 1-4 confirmation every single time, so clutch in these moments.
That's Fox. They've been here before.
A couple times, a few times.
Uh-oh. SonicFox takes advantage. There's finally the breakaway. Is that punish? Nice timing.
We haven't seen any 1-2-1s either. We're probably used to getting that crouch full combo punished, but a lot safer on block.
Spends it. And it is into the corner. Interesting.
And that one has the much better knockdown on it versus the forward throw, so everything working here for Sonic. All right, full screen.
Look at this chase. It's just a relentless chase right now by SonicFox. Oh, my God. From way downtown.
Did you see what Sonic just did? He conditioned him to try to outspace the 4-2-1 and opened up that throw because I think that Ninja was looking for the whip. And here we go. Now for the first time, SonicFox is winning this tournament up 1-0. Sonic did that max distance 4-2-1 that Ninja blocked. So used to crouching it, looking for the blow-ups.
Right.
Did it twice in a row, and then that sneaky little what looked like a wave dash and grab.
Coasting, absolutely.
All of that respect off of those ranges.
Yeah,
that you have to respect against Joker, it feels like.
Sure, yeah. Very strong character at that range.
I feel like if you're able to enforce it at this level, it's pretty good.
Now, I do think we went back to character select. Yeah, it sounds like we did. Clearly, it has to be Joker. What is it from NinjaKilla here as we're taking a look at the player's view? Yep, that's Joker right there. Oh, there it is.
And some deep thought, and that is, I believe, Sonic's favorite outfit.
Okay,
the feathers.
It was preordained, maybe.
Meant to be.
What is NK gonna do? We've seen Johnny, we've seen Lou, and Lou did work for a while.
Yes.
But
so did Johnny a little bit.
Well,
at the beginning of that.
For a little bit. Now we've seen him play a couple of different variations of
Yeah,
Liu
Dragon's
Kang as
Breath
well.
came into play
Yeah.
early on. I can't read that from here, but is that?
No, I can't
Is that
see it
Wuxi?
either.
I'm pretty sure it's Wuxi Legend.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I believe you. I believe you.
I'm 5% sure, David.
It's better percent sure than I am.
Deep thought there. You want to talk about a character?
Oh, he changed. Whatever it was, he changed.
You want to talk about a character specialist? NinjaKilla among them. All
might
three
be Dragon's
variations
Breath.
at
Let's
the
see
highest
what we
possible
got here.
level. I don't know what the pick is here. Everybody at home, we're all in anticipation.
Round 1. Fight.
And
we're going right back in.
Okay.
Yeah. No command grabs, no nunchucks here.
It's like glass breaking.
Now that you mention it, it gets harder to listen to. Ooh, what a
You're
trait there.
welcome.
Oh, he's gonna get flying kicked? No!
There was a dash forward that might have been intended to be.
Yeah. I think he almost knocked the 8-ball out of his eye. 1-2-1, easy breakaway, ready for it. Plus 8,297 there.
They're finding so many moments to steal turns now. And again, Fox.
Serve
the
the
grab.
turn.
As the set's gone on, last set, previous set, there have been more and more grabs that have been successful out of Fox.
Ooh. Here for that punish. He comes out of that crouch so quick as the projectile leaves the hitbox area behind him. Uh-oh.
NinjaKilla may try to zone. Well, not for long. Cancel. Into. Okay, that's safe again.
That was the same exact thing that he threatened with throw in the last game.
Ready? I can't believe it. Ready for the tech. 19 seconds now. SonicFox is holding on to this lead, it looks like. Just trying to chip away slowly. 15 seconds on the clock. Keeping it slow.
Still has another
Not
bar.
getting hit by anything. Aaron, time is running out.
Oh.
5 seconds on the clock. Is there even enough time?
4. Oh, no. Wait. Chip. It's going to go for Ninja with 1 second remaining.
But why? But why, Aquaman?
Oh, you could have just blocked. If you would have just blocked, you would have lived.
Okay, well, it's a round for NinjaKilla, and he needs that to establish things, and uses this opportunity to get 2 parts of that crushing blow loaded up.
It literally happens to the best of them, David.
That's right, there you go. Yeah, interrupts between there. Man, that is so impressive. NinjaKilla gets the pressure here.
Oof.
And just like that, somehow he's got a huge life lead. Maybe not for long. Here's Fox.
Breakaway coming.
That was the mix-up for sure. No, it was, I'm sure, intended to be the cancel on the fatal blow, and it was not.
Yep, I think to load up the throw, maybe do a forward dash in the block stun.
Right,
Have that mix-up available and use that to open up Ninja. But boy, do we have ourselves a match. One set apiece between the two. One game between the two. This is the grand finals of Final Combat, everybody.
That said, I think if you're SonicFox, you can't feel too bad about that game. That was honestly some errors on your part that are just not characteristic and are not likely to happen very often again.
I like that this is by Ninja to load up the crushing blow versus come off that crushing blow.
Yeah, this character's doing damage anyway. It's fine.
These Liu Kang players are all about having that bicycle kick crushing blow available in that second round.
Makes
But
sense.
just like a Joker would want to get those crowbars loaded, but we haven't seen that in this grand final too much. This is just been solid stuff for both of them. There's the pop-up.
Finding the punishable frames on the end of that roll.
Ooh, finally falls to the stand too. Into the forward 4, tried to get Sonic with that earlier, didn't fall for it, and now on Life Lord here with Chip territory, 8.9 and no last breath available, but the next hit could do it.
Great defense by NinjaKilla, not taking any risks at all. I can't believe that one.
Oh!
No, why?
Oh, that's so quick!
And it was back grab.
Yeah,
I
what's
don't
the
think
back
it's
throw?
It's not enough.
It's
It's
not
not
enough.
enough. It's not enough.
Oh my goodness!
Can we talk about the range on
we
forward
were
one?
all at the edge of our seat, holding our breath in those final 10 seconds.
He throws those burning cards across the screen in that move.
Ooh.
Okay.
Not phased whatsoever. To start off with back-to-back flawless blocks from
It's
Ninja.
pretty wild to flawless block that wake up because I think that's the first one all set.
You know, these guys always have inputs.
Walks forward so far.
These guys have inputs in there that even though we don't get to see them, cover options.
Of course, yeah. Well, that baby's loaded.
Ooh. 4 hits. And Sonic, this is, if that happens, you're just like, yes, I got one loaded. I'll take, wait a minute. Hold up. Do you guys believe in magic here?
Oh, it's not even magical. One more here, or the forward grab is going to be enough.
Is it another comeback? Gets it there, and just like that, just like at ECT, the infamous comeback match of the year. Another massive comeback for Sonic. I can barely breathe.
What a comeback. There are these moments here where SonicFox finds such forward momentum, such movement, such incredible pressure.
It has a sense of that when to turn things up.
It's
Look at
getting
that.
close.
Who is going to get that hammer? Who is our grand champion here at Final Combat?
Getting close.
Anybody else having trouble breathing?
It doesn't look like NinjaKilla is. He's clearly looking for something in his brain.
So close in that first round.
Thinking about? It has been close. Again, though, the game that SonicFox lost in this Grand Finals reset set, was a game where they made an unusual execution error. Was a game where they ended up running into projectiles that
execution was pretty tight in that last game, wasn't it?
Yeah, and just like that, they came right back, took the game.
And this is the most pressure that Ninja has ever felt.
Well, I don't want to
competitively
impress it upon him too much, as he's definitely listening to us. But yeah, it's true. This is a player who, with all the talent in the world, is nevertheless in his first season of competitive play. And so there just haven't been as many situations in which he's, really down on his chips in this kind of way. And it's a skill that players develop to deal with that. Some people are born with it.
Yep.
For most people, though, it's something that is developed. So SonicFox needs to only win one more game and they'll become the champion.
Interesting trade there with the Jack in the Box. Tries to throw the bodies and a massive whiff punish here. Are you kidding me?
He
How?
The intended flawless block up to. Just, hey, all right.
How?
It's like aspirational things that I'm seeing here. Like, I'd love to be able to, but...
9-10 years of practice. Has a crushing blow loaded already, and you know what? With the pressure that could be on, might come off it early here to take the round. Oh,
loading.
With the health lead.
Whip punish, it's huge! And I love the combo choice here. That could have been the crushing blow, but instead, what SonicFox chose to do is get another loading on their crushing blow. And look, this is match
only needs
point.
one
It's
more.
tournament
This
point.
is tournament point. This is Final Combat point. Ninja having one loaded him. Oh, if he'd have committed fully to the string right there, if we would have saw the 3, I think we would have seen that bicycle kick and the early health lead. But Fox had to reset the neutral with that forward throw. Ooh, ballsy down 1. In between that 1, 2, 3, gets it there. And the hefty health lead here for Ninja, wanting to send us to a final game of the tournament. Can he do it?
What range on the grab?
Oh,
Right back
no
in there,
fear.
relentless, yeah.
No fear. We've seen that multiple times, dude. Take a throw, just dash up, throw again. Do it again. It's a test.
Underneath. Will there be an interruption? No, that's exactly what NinjaKilla was looking for.
Every time you guys hear that flawless block noise, you know these guys are precise on those block
base
inputs.
on that thing, very satisfying.
That 1-2 is a double high, so down 2. Great call out there by Sonic.
Fox
to the
has
corner
the
we go, and Fatal Blow is available. Had the mic go down.
Could have been it.
Could have been it. Base it out, and SonicFox becomes your Final Combat Mortal Kombat 11 champion.
NinjaKilla didn't want it to be over. You can see right there, as he was stuck in his chair even still. Fox is out, popped up, champion yet again.
Back-to-back world champion with the Joker. 2 different games, 2 different franchises. Same character, same placement. Amazing Mortal Kombat 11.
It really was. That's as high as the game gets right there. The flawless blocks, the spacing, the understanding of the mix-ups, the little micro ducks we saw now and then. I mean,
all the gaps, the flawless blocks.
Right, staggers. It was all the things you think about when you think about
the
high-level
buffers,
play.
everything was there. Looking at the future of this game, it's, competitively, we thought before, how does it get better? And from here, I gotta say the same thing. How does it get better? And I'm only excited to see. This was great Mortal Kombat. To everyone that placed here, to everyone that made Final Kombat, guys are the best in the world, deserve to be here, and put on a wonderful display.
It was fantastic. All day, I would say. There were incredible plays, incredible players. We all knew coming in, those were the two players who had the likeliest chance of taking it today.
They gave us one heck of a show.
They really did. They really did.
Game 5, reset. It was everything, and I'm going to talk as a viewer here. It was everything. It was everything I wanted in Final Combat.
I definitely agree. We're going to take a look back at this for you here. This grand finals.
So many clutch, fatal blows, all the
that
damage.
The fatal blow is just so strong. The combo ability, the utility of setting up the crushing blow, huge. The cancel ability and the mix-ups, it's just so strong.
It's an added threat that even with a character like Johnny Cage, who's the other one that can cancel that fatal blow, it's extra with the Joker.
Oh yes. Ugh, you can see it on Liu Kang's face how much that one hurt.
Oh,
Yeah, this little moment.
He has a full conversation.
And if you do it multiple times, he has a few different conversations that he'll have.
different conversations with himself and the puppet.
Yeah, it's great.
But excellent out of Ninja there to get the punish on that. And it's so many clutch moments with that. To take so many rounds with forward 1-4.
And after those throw techs, Fox had a lot of really right decisions. We saw a dash-up grab after a grab, for example, and this was such a call-out to go for the parry in that situation.
Which was almost even more of a call-out.
Only time he's done it all day as far as I've seen.
Yeah, almost even more of a call-out given how many times we saw Ninja after a tech throw go for immediate 1-2-3, you know, immediate buttons that could have possibly blown up the forward dash throw. So it's all mind games between the two. They were just playing rock, paper, scissors.
Right.
Almost every other second, it was rock, paper, scissors.
Constant. Yeah, well, that's one of the things that I love about MK11 is that I feel like there's a lot of decisions to be made. You're constantly making decisions, right? Waking up in neutral, whatever it is. You have a lot of input as the player.
Yes. And
look, it's SonicFox yet again. One of the greatest fighting game players of all time. We've been
here before, but we see everyone getting closer. You know,
that is true.
We see, or even at that level, not even just closer, there, and that it's not as it's not as simple or easy as it might have been in previous years. But we have seen some tough ones. But congratulations to Sonic for once again being your world champion with the Joker. Just congratulations, David. Sorry, to Sonic.
No, I appreciate that.
Thanks.
I think I did a great job.
Closing thoughts? You did. Wonderful job casting with you, as
It was
always.
a lot of fun, yeah, of course, as always. Tons of great Mortal Kombat today. We've been talking about Fox a lot, NinjaKilla a lot, but shout outs to Dragon as well. I know the third's not the result that he wants, but still amazing performance. Deoxys was right outside of that. That top 4, you literally called beforehand.
I don't want to tell everyone my predictions, but I did have that down to a T.
Well, nicely done. Nicely done.
So, as much as I trolled Deoxys, I did pick you to get really far. He's attacking on Twitter anytime now. But wonderful stuff to everyone top 4 that made it to Final Combat.
Yeah,
thank you.
The rest of it was
thank you, everyone. That was great. I know I commentated it, but I also watched it, and it was great.
It was.